Hey, yada yada yada.
All right, welcome to the Haters Ball. This is episode 25, and we're jumping right in. We just watched the Grammy 50th anniversary performance. What you guys thought of that performance?
That's as good as it could get to me. I didn't expect nothing more, nothing less. That was cool. They went back in time. They got it all the way up. I feel like they kind of missed a little section up until like maybe like '09 to whenever Uzi or yeah. Well, I guess Uzi came out before Lil Baby, so
Dark
I
times
think
of
that
hip
was
hop.
kind of nice. Yeah, but they
Those,
missed like
those
a
times
good
should be
five,
removed.
6 years.
Nah, it's not a dark time. Hold on, no. Those times they didn't have any blog era rappers. Is what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Now, but that's fine. I didn't expect them to. But what I
They,
thought was
they
cool.
should have had like one more person, maybe like Wayne or
I'm
something.
about to say Wale got a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
Wayne could
yeah,
have been up
Wayne.
there, but
They could have had Wayne. They could have had Kendrick or Cole or Wale or somebody from that
Yeah,
generation if
should
you
have
wanted
Wayne
to
or
have
Lupe.
it.
Not. They
Okay,
could have did
Luke.
without.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm surprised like a Kendrick couldn't come. I mean, you're already there. You already probably gonna perform or something, or maybe not. I don't
yeah,
know. But
I don't think he's performing.
he could have came out and did
everybody was doing
something,
a
half a
verse. You could
verse,
do a verse. Yeah,
half a verse. I mean, not even. I mean,
Yeah,
Busta Rhymes did a whole
they
verse.
did.
Nobody
Some
else really
people
did a
did
whole
like
verse.
Nelly did like 2 bars and then the
and
chorus.
then a
You know,
chorus. Yeah,
So did Styles. So did I mean,
yeah.
that was yeah. I don't know. I mean, but like I said, but I thought it was about as good as it could be on a regular
yeah,
TV thing where they had to stop a set of time. What they had,
Yeah.
15 minutes maybe. How long was that?
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, that was longer than most. Any one person's performance probably for the night, except for like the.
exactly.
So I thought it was pretty good for regular TV. They only blanked out the stuff that they had to blank out, I guess, because it wasn't but there was some stuff you could see was like blanked out for a minute. But
Yeah,
you had some legends.
You had a lot of legends. It was mostly
Look,
it was mostly dominated by the older artists,
yeah,
which I loved. I mean, that's
yeah, man.
yeah,
I mean, you got all the signature looks. You had Run-DMC and they signature looks. Salt and Pepper
yeah.
came out in the matching fits. Melly Mel have his shirt on again. You know what I'm saying? That dude don't wear a shirt. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to rap. At 65 or whatever age he is,
That
dude
dude
still
is
swole.
cut up.
yeah,
Yeah,
Dude still
yeah.
swole.
that's
Melly
insane.
Mel show up. It's like you're gonna be swole. You're gonna take your shirt off. You're gonna rap. You know what I mean? So I love to see the legends out there. And getting some shine. Even people like a Too Short. Like the people that wouldn't be on the Grammy stage, not gonna get
Yeah,
that type of love on a normal basis. So, and you have people from different regions, and different eras, and something that was good. I mean, you had a Nelly in there for like late '90s or 2000s.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I mean, I really can't hate on it at all.
Yeah, no, I don't really have any complaints. Like I said, I just hate the Grammys. I mean, in general, I don't really get why this was the place that these hip hop legends decided to showcase their the 50th anniversary thing. But I
Well, I
mean, it's
think the
cool.
Grammys reach out to them
Yeah,
to do something about it. And I think one of the things is with the Grammys, we don't like the Grammys. I think some people decide not to perform, and so they're looking to fill time on a certain time is going to be give some people to look in, tune in, or to make some kind of buzz. And I think that's giving respect to hip hop on the 50th anniversary is a good way to do that. It's the most dominant
yeah.
music type now, and it came a long way from the beginning. And we'll talk about some early acts later on, but I thought it was a great type of tribute thing. I don't know really what else you can expect in that type of situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I didn't expect much from the Grammys. I didn't expect
Right.
much. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I love seeing, like you said, Queen Latifah and Too Short and all these different legends. I thought it was great. I love seeing Public Enemy. I mean, like there was so many of my favorite old school rappers come out and do their thing. I thought it was great. So I love seeing that look, and I love the board they had behind everyone. In those transition moments, they'd have everybody's name. They had
So
rappers
many,
there. Like I saw
yeah,
Blue's name on there. I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
Torre's name on there. I was
yeah.
like
Little
people that
Scrappy,
I never
like all kinds of
expected.
people that had like
Yeah,
20, you know what I mean? Or
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, that was like I said. I thought you tell that the Roots was involved. Um, you know, they say Questlove was kind of leading it. So props to him because he really did get a lot of different type of rappers, a lot of different type of De La Soul up there for like half a second. You have you just got everybody up there, different types of rappers from different areas, different types of sounds, doing some of their big hits. Busta Rhymes came and gave you the quick rapper.
yeah,
And he stole the show for a little
he
while.
had the longest.
Dancing. Yeah, he
Yeah,
had one of
the
those.
longest
Well,
thing.
LL had a nice part too, but LL was one of the biggest superstars.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He should get. He deserves that look.
Yeah, for sure.
He was missing like a Snoop, but I mean that was about it. He was saying like the biggest person maybe that was like missing.
Yeah,
But Snoop was doing Pro Bowl. That's why he ain't there. Or
Look,
I don't know if this card is
man.
live.
I don't know who's supposed to be there. But I thought that you got a lot of people from a lot of different. Maybe
Yeah.
Ice Cube should have been there. You know what I'm saying? That was like
Yeah.
maybe the only one that wasn't there to represent one of the bigger movements early on. But I really liked it. It was great.
No, yeah, I liked it. I thought, not to hate, but I gotta give some kind of hate. I felt like the newer artists just felt super like it went from we gonna make it, right? To who was it that came up?
Little Baby. That was Little Baby.
Yeah,
Lil Baby was the first.
yeah. And then Gorilla, and then I don't even know who the last person that came out. He didn't say nothing.
Was that
didn't say
Glorilla?
either.
That was Uzi.
Oh,
His new song.
Why
I
did
just
he
heard
come
this
out and
week.
stand there?
He did his
Yeah.
dance. What do you mean? He did the dance.
He did something? I didn't see
Yeah.
it.
Look,
He came out. He
50
his hair was cool.
60
I was like, oh, he's like a black Super Saiyan. But then he
the
did
60-year-old
this.
rappers moved more than all those young rappers. This is what I mean. Look, I don't want to
That's
be. I'm not even that old, so it's like I don't want to be old, dude, get on my level type of thing. But these rappers they didn't perform. They barely rap. They barely moved. Like I felt like that was a
I
little
think it was-
embarrassing for your
Gorilla was jumping up and down in one spot.
Gorilla was for sure. Gorilla did. Gorilla performed.
I'm
Well, Lil
pretty
Baby
sure
didn't
that was
do one of his
Glorilla.
latest
Do you know
songs.
that for a fact? That was
I
her?
don't know that for a fact.
I
She
don't
did the
know.
Let's Go.
I thought you
So
said
I'm pretty
you
sure
didn't
that's
know
the
who
song.
that was.
I'm pretty sure that was the song. Let's Go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that song. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
I
that
don't know.
was
I never heard it before.
I think that was
but-
her. I could be completely wrong.
That was Gorilla, man. She said it. They had it on the stage. All of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was her just based on the song. I couldn't tell apart from any other chick on that
I've
song.
never heard her or seen her before. But
Yeah, we gotta
I
act
got
like
the
we in touch, man. We gotta act like we in touch.
I'm not in touch. I'm not gonna act like I'm cool.
Lil
This
Baby.
shit is trash.
it felt like, well, they only did 3 new school artists, right?
Yes.
So Lil Baby went on stage. It didn't seem like it was for him to perform. It wasn't no background
He
singing
had a long part.
or dancing.
Yeah,
He had a
no.
long
He had a verse. He had his whole verse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he probably chose artistically not to have background dancers or stuff. He had number one is the slowest tempo song of any of the songs that were played. It was the slowest tempo.
I don't think he that song was terrible choice for him. I don't even listen to Lil Baby.
I don't think he has high tempo songs. They don't make high tempo music anymore.
No, I don't
What
know
are you
what you
talking
mean by
about?
that.
Yeah, no, that's not true at all.
How is that not true?
Glorilla had background dancers. She was moving, and
Yeah, she had all that. Type of stuff. I think he
y'all
wanted
didn't see
because
it.
it was he had the center stage, so it kind of spotlighted on
Yeah.
him. So I thought
Yeah,
he wanted it that
exactly.
way. I thought he wanted that way. I thought that was.
I mean, Too Short had the center stage too, and did
Too Short had
did something
dances.
high. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he could have had dances if he wanted to.
I'm assuming he could have had him if he wanted to, or maybe Black Thought was just like, "You can't rap, so stand here and rap." I guess, but I know that's not true.
That was his choice, man. Come on, that was his choice. And he made that artistic decision to not perform, just to sit there and mumble some
He
stuff.
performed, man. Look,
he made a terrible choice. That song was a bad
hey,
choice.
man, if you don't
But
like
then
that,
the whole thing got blue. It got blue. It
That's how
just
you want it.
took it down. He wanted to be. I guess
You're
that's
wrong. Also, that might be one of Lil Baby's biggest songs. I've never heard it though, so I don't know it.
Look,
But,
I don't.
I'm not a big fan, man. I mean, I don't
Uzi
hate
did his new song that, well, not new. I just heard it this
Uzi.
week. And
I didn't
love it.
hear Uzi do it. I saw him come out.
No,
I
he
didn't
stood on.
recognize him.
And he like what?
All I saw was
Body
beats.
yada yada. Ooh. I just want to rock. Yeah. That's his name.
That's
That song
the
started
song?
playing. Y'all gotta look back at it. The song definitely started playing.
All I
they
saw
started
was
He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything.
he didn't.
No,
he
he
didn't
didn't
say
say
I thought it was a
I don't
great.
even know
I
he
didn't
had a
know what he
mic.
was doing.
Okay, so that's what he wanted. He wanted it to be like, I'm just gonna come out here because I'm losing.
Yeah. And then a lot came
That's what
out
it seemed
behind.
like they set him up as too. Like they had him come out the middle, had all of
Yeah,
like everything stop around him, and he just stood there. Everybody started going crazy. Like
yeah.
it seemed
People
like
were
that
going
was the
crazy.
point of it.
I thought he was about to do something, and I was like, "Oh snap! Maybe I should know who that is." I didn't recognize him either, man, because like I said, the hair was weird. He didn't have his little
Oh, yeah,
diamond
that was
thing in no
crazy.
more. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the dude look like.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't think Little Baby Lil I didn't think they made a performance. So I mean, it
You
was
can't you
cool,
can't let you got less energy than Melly Mel, man.
right? Did 60? Oh,
Melly
I
Mel,
mean,
like
like,
how old is Melly Mel? Melly Mel got to be about 70 years old, man.
yeah, that's my thing. It's like for all of these older artists that came out and like bust around doing all this stuff. I mean, they all old. They all old. They all doing jumping up and down. You know.
This is very old man takeish right now.
No,
I'm
Definitely
an
old
old
man
man.
takeish
I'm an old man.
look,
right
I'm
now.
not even that.
Oh, okay. Melly Mel 61. Okay, you 61. I'm sorry, Melly Mel. I said you were 70, Doug. I apologize. You a legend.
Anybody can
You're
watch
definitely a
that
legend.
and
To be that
see
cut, that
that
61
the
is
older artists performed more than the younger artists did. I mean, I'm sorry.
okay.
Other than
Okay,
go
dog.
I
You
love
take it
Flavor,
three.
man.
hands
Flavor's
down
that
to
dude,
her.
man. Flavor's that dude, man.
Oh yeah, Flavor.
That dude came out there.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the way we doing that, man. This dude is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
All right, so what we getting into next, man? We gonna
All
talk
right.
about something?
So I want to talk about since we talk it's 50th hip hop anniversary. We're going to talk about this whole episode. We're going to have a lot of hip hop to talk about. First off, we're going to talk about we're going to review a classic album. And I think we're going to review a old school classic album and a newer school classic album. Here we already said that this word classic should be done away with, but we're going to review some of the things that people call classic and see whether they even hold up to that title and stuff like that. And then we'll also we'll get into some other discussions as well. So let's first start off with the highest rated hip hop album of all time now. Kendrick Lamar to Pimp a Butterfly. This album, we're gonna break it down. This album is, if you watch the show, I'm not the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan, but I actually was pleasantly surprised when I listened to this whole album a few times. I listened to it about 3 times, and so I want to break it down and talk about some of these tracks. But first off, what are y'all thoughts of this album?
Like a lot when it came out.
Ever listened to this album like that? Really? That
You
was
said a lot.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
No, I was saying. So you say you never listened to it, and B, you say you listen to it a lot.
When it first came out,
you said?
yeah. When it first came out, I was like, oh man, I was impressed. I thought it was a great follow up to
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid,
Good
Mad
Kid,
City.
Mad City. Yeah, I don't know why they come in my head. I thought it was, real cool album. But I haven't listened to it probably since that year.
Yeah. It got, I don't know. It killed it for me when all of you could play it backwards and this and that. Like, there was too much
No,
going
that's
on around it.
his next
That's
album.
Damn. Yeah.
Is that Damn?
Yeah.
Nah, they were telling me something. I don't know. When I first came out, people were calling it like instant classic. That
Yeah.
automatically turns me off from the album. I don't want to hear that. Like, there's no way you
Wait,
think an
now,
album that
hold
just can.
Y'all Cole fans say that about every one of his.
That's not
with
true.
no
That's not
feature.
true.
Oh,
That's
That's
not
not
even
true.
true.
That's not true.
Y'all do that every
That's
album.
not true.
Y'all
No,
get on the
no.
internet going crazy.
I don't know what old fans you talking about.
Yo.
That's
Nah.
I don't even know what old fans talking about. Seriously, listen. You
Yo,
go
so
to J. Cole subreddit, and all of them talk about they talk like J. Cole don't have no classes. I don't know what Cole fans are talking about. And none of his fans
Alright, cool, man.
say that he got 58
Cool,
classes.
Never happened. That's fine. No problem.
No. I don't like albums. I don't like anything automatically that gets greatness right off
You a
the
hater
rip.
gene. Your hater gene is
Yeah.
strong, man. You saw it kicks in.
nah.
People, oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
Dog, like how something a great automatically. I hate that type of stuff. Like, let it sit. I mean, nowadays with streaming, you can listen to an album like a bunch of times in a row. It's easy, just put on repeat constantly. But don't tell me after one day is a classic. I don't want to hear it. So nah, I'm good.
I
I'm a
mean,
hater.
I agree with that. I mean, you
I
shouldn't be saying it's classic right away. I mean, the thing is, if you listen to an album and it has no skips, that's very high. That's not what most albums are like. So if you
Yeah,
listen to the album the first day, of course you're gonna be excited. And this happens for a lot of albums where the first day you'll love everything you're hearing, and over
exactly.
time you'll cool on some of the songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I like I said at this time I was definitely checking for Kendrick Lamar. I was a fan at this time. I would say it was this album that turned me off. And you're right. I mean, everyone was calling it instant classic, and that's why I wanted to review it because I feel like we can start, here. I mean, this is 2015 that it came out now, so now we've had a lot of time to sit back and then like think about this album. One, I think B, you said the most important thing. I think this album, a lot of people talk about it like it's the greatest thing of all time, but I don't know that many people who just listen to the album. I know a lot of people who are Kendrick fans, but I don't know a lot that are just like playing the album out throughout. Like I don't really know. A lot of my friends talked about it when it came out, a lot, a ton, but I don't see this album, a lot of the songs from this album being played a lot, or replayed a lot, or anything like that. So I went back and listened to it, and my wife was saying she was a really big fan of this album. So I even listened to it with her, and was asking a lot of questions like, "What did you like about this or that song?" I played it in my car one time. I played it in my headphones twice. So I played it, I really listened, trying to, not be biased toward this album. And so, it starts off with the Wesley's theory. Well, first off, I mean, it starts off with the Wesley's theory, and it's got Thundercat and it's all funky and stuff like that, which is cool. The first time I listened to it in the car, I didn't like it, but when I listened to it in my headphones, I thought the production was really cool. But Kendrick is the worst part of the song. Like all the other stuff was better than him. I didn't think, and that's one of my biggest problems with this album. I thought he was not very entertaining in the album to me. That's just how I felt. Like he didn't seem impressive in a rapping way or lyrically. He doesn't say any bars that made me like go, crazy about it. The next song he has, is free, and that's and it's like I don't know. My wife thought it was funny. She thought the song was funny. I thought it was just annoying. So, songs
I'm
not
not
for
a
me.
fan of that one. That's one of the ones I would skip. I mean, I
Yeah.
think a lot of these songs, like I said, man, when I first heard this album, I liked them much more than I did now. So that interlude that's what it is. I mean, that's an interlude. King Kunta is good. I think that holds up much more than some of the other songs on here. Um, how you feel about Institutionalized?
I thought it was a basic beat,
Mhm.
and Kendrick makes annoying voices on it.
Yeah, I'm not. I hate when he does the voices. But I thought it was all right. I mean, like I said, on a re-listen, man, it's very interesting because like I'll think like, oh, okay, I remember how I felt when I first heard it, and I remember why I haven't listened to it since. Like, if it don't jump, most of my favorite songs or most of the songs I think are so great are I can't keep them off my rotation. Like even when it come on, I'm like, I should have skipped this because I've been wearing this song out, and I still can't. I still got to play this again.
Right.
Um, so I don't feel like that about most of this album. I do still like These Walls a lot.
So
Um,
these walls, I like. That was one of my favorite songs on the album.
and
Thought it
there's
was
a couple
good.
other ones that I like for the what he's saying, but do I want to hear him? Probably not. Re-listening to this did not make me want to put any of these songs back in my rotation or anything like that.
Yeah. So I wrote notes on some of these songs. Like I like these walls. That was one of my favorite songs. Then you starts out and he starts with that screaming. And he's like, is it room, screaming. I thought that was annoying. And then he's like, he's like crying. Yeah, like he's emotionally
Mm-hmm.
rapping. Like it's like he's drunk crying or something like that. I don't really know, but it's like an acting scene. Like that's what I felt about a lot of this album. It's like it's like a acted part, like a role or something like that he's playing instead of him just rapping. I feel like a lot of people, what people think is, or say is so great about it. And this is true of his newest album too, that just won awards and stuff. It's like, it's like a play or something like that. Like it's written as some kind of like theatrical thing instead of me feeling uh like the rapping is good or the words are elicit some emotion in me. I just feel like he's like playing the part, like I don't know, like an actor. It just feels very weird to me to hear in a rap song. Like it sounds more almost like he's like doing, I don't know, yeah, like I said, like it's like a theater type thing. I don't listen to.
I don't know how much that takes away from it. As far as because when you get to like a certain level of that type of stuff, I guess you can always say it's for it's its own thing. It's not supposed to be like that. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like is this meant to be put put on when I'm in my car? I, I don't know. It don't have car vibe play for me. Bryson, what you think, man? You putting this on in your whip?
No, never. And no Kendrick ever in the whip, actually. But I remember when this album came out, 2015, right? Moving into a new house, we were painting, and my homie was putting on this album. He's like, "Oh, new Kendrick, love it." And I just remember hating it. Like, man, why are you playing this throughout the whole house? No one wants to hear this. Just not good music, man. To me personally, I don't want to hear it.
So that's my thing. And so it's not until All Right to me is the first song where I actually nodded my head to something. Like you can say it's just art. Like I get that. Like when you say it's art, it's like deeper meaning, and I do because people first thing people say, oh, you don't get the album or something like that. I get it. He explains it all at the end with the poem to Tupac and all this other stuff. Like I get the whole thing. I understand the concept. That the industry uses black male talents or just people's talents, pimps them out. And I get the whole caterpillar butterfly thing. I get all that stuff, right?
Yeah, it ain't that complex, man.
It's not that complex, exactly. So I get all that. My issue is just I didn't nod my head to anything until All Right, and I think that is
King Kunta and These Walls. I think I had I like that funkiness on King Kunta, man.
I like the funkiness on Wesley's Theory. More so.
Okay.
I think it's just a good song. It just didn't make me want to dance. It didn't make me want to dance.
Oh, well, make me want to dance. I mean,
Not
the
the
same
same.
Gibbs out.
So, wait, what you say?
I like King Kunta.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think it was a good song. Like, I have no.
All right is a great song. All right can still be played. I guess I could put that on. But there's a bunch of songs on here that like I'm cool with them.
I thought All Right was upbeat, and then For Sale comes on, and it's like low energy. To me, it was weird. Then Mama comes on, and he can't stay on beat. I think he really struggles to rap on beat. I think the production is not that great on all his album. I'm serious, man. I feel like Kendrick writes a verse, he wrote the verses, and then like the production came afterwards or something. Like I don't think he wrote some of the beats. I feel like he just wrote whatever he wanted to write and then just start rapping them on the beat with no like care about
every Rhapsody song I've ever heard.
Oh, I want to talk about that because Rhapsody is the only feature you got on the thing. And it was like, let me just get the rapper who can't stay on beat worse than me. Like, it was the only, like, it was terrible. I was it's like,
y'all love Rhapsody. I don't get it. I hate to be hating, man. But I mean, I don't hate to be hating. I mean, that's kind of what I do. But I don't understand like the Rhapsody love. I don't.
No, see, you take it. Rhapsody. Good albums are Lalia's Wisdom and Eve. Those came out after this, first off. And she got better. I don't listen to none of Rhapsody's old stuff unless it had a feature or something like that or somebody I like. But I don't listen to Rhapsody old stuff. She couldn't stay on beat. She got better.
Barely stays on beat now. I mean, okay,
she got better.
She's better. She is better.
She is better. You're right about that. She is better. You're right.
Okay.
But I don't get why people act like she's some kind of great MC. I don't see.
Well, even on that song, Completia, the lyrics are good. I just don't like her flow. She's got a terrible flow.
It's never good.
That's not, you keep doing this. You hold rappers to like their past instead of looking at their present. Because
I don't try to do that. So if I do that,
you like Eve? Do you think she's offbeat on Eve?
She's more on beat, but
then you're good.
That's on songs.
Okay, maybe she's not. I'm not saying she's Freddie Gibbs on the mic or Black Thought on the mic. I'm not saying she's got the sickest flow. She's not Big Pun or something. I'm just saying that she can rap on the beat now.
She can rap on beat.
That's all I'm saying.
But that's such a low bar to me. Like, okay, great.
Okay, so all the words when Kendrick Lamar is supposedly one of the greatest rappers of all time, they stay on beat on the freaking song. That's all the words. Rhapsody. I mean, cool, he's better than Rhapsody, but I mean, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand.
Cool, man. Like I said, I don't. I'm not gonna sit up here and cape for the album. I think I like it a little bit more than you.
But this is the thing. So this is where it gets good. So After Mama was where I was surprised, right? I forgot how good the rest of this album was. Good Politics, I like a lot. I think, I like that song. It's probably my favorite song on the re-listen. I like that song a lot. How Much Dollar Cost is a great song with a great story. Complexion is a cool song. Again, we just talked about how they can't stay on beat, so it's not that great. But Black and the Berry is great. You Ain't Gotta Lie. I like the production on that one. I like the rapping on that one. I like that song. That's one of the songs where I actually felt like I get to see some of Kendrick's personality. When he breaking up the fight and talking about the N-word explanation, all that stuff. I feel like he doesn't give a lot of his opinions or personality in some of these songs. I feel like he says these vague messages that are kind of like, they're positive, like go to therapy, but doesn't say anything about like his personality really. Like, it just says, I think therapy's a good thing. That's cool, which is great, but not like doesn't say anything about his personality. I don't feel like I know you because you go to therapy, like, you know what I mean? But I was like the first song on here. I felt like, I got some of his personality. I like that song a lot. Mortal Man is a cool song, and then of course it ends with the whole Tupac thing. So I like the last few songs. I came across like first I went in thinking I'm gonna hate this album. Listened to it multiple times. Like I said, I listened to it 3 times. So I listened to it the first time. Was not feeling a ton. By the time I got to the second half, I was liking it more. And I was like, well, let me go listen to it again. Listen to that first half to make sure I'm not, I wasn't crazy on the first half. Then I listened to it a third time, and I don't feel like I was crazy on the first half. It's just boring. And then the second half is great. I thought the second half was great. So my thing is, I'm not, I'm actually hating on it less than I thought I would be. Okay. I just.
So what you give it? You rating it out of 10. I like a 10-point scale.
Okay, if I was rating it out of 10, I would say it's 8. Or maybe
that's really good.
7.
I was about to say 8 is very high. So
yeah,
you like that?
8 is really good.
When I look at the
maybe 7,
songs, there's about 4 or 5 songs that I probably don't want to listen to at all, and then a bunch of these that I don't want to listen to, like in my rotation, like they won't stick with me. Listening to them again did not make me want to put them in my mix. So I don't know how high I can give that. I don't know. I mean, I like a lot of the things that he's doing, and I like the artistic direction much more than like a what's that, mid-steppers. But this one, I don't see how it's warranted to be rated as some kind of greatest of all time album. But if you're gonna talk about from the, I don't know, 2010s on, um, this is there's not many albums that are addressing the topics that it's addressing.
I see that I disagree with 100%.
You think there's a ton of albums that are addressing the topic?
Addressing addressing the black condition, or addressing, there's a ton of albums talking about, what do you mean?
Okay, so, well, I mean,
you got Blueface music all throughout the 2010s that talk about this type of stuff. You got, people like we just talked about Eve. Or, she talks specifically about women, black women and stuff. But that's another perspective of it. You got the Sky Zoo album and Celebration of Us. You got so many.
So I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is it's not that's not standard, and especially not for a big time mainstream artist. The only one I would compare to that is the Lupe. I don't know if anybody else has that type of pull in the industry that Kendrick has.
Maybe not as a full concept album, but I think J. Cole talks about this type of subject matter a lot. Maybe not in an artistic concept album way.
I think that's a difference. I think that's that is the focus on it a little bit more. But again, I don't think that makes me want to listen to the music more. I just think I end up giving them points for it. So instead of like what I would say, as far as me wanting to listen to this album is like a 5. But as far as me, I have more respect for it, I guess. So I guess it pushes it to like a 6 or a 7. But
that's how I
only want to hear like 2 of these songs. What I really put in my thing where I will listen to them again, like many times. Not that many.
Yeah, to me it's just Blackberry, Hood Politics, All Right, which is already played out. So not really. But those are the main ones. And so I agree with you. Those are the only ones that I feel good out of out of context of the album.
Right.
And I don't really want to listen to the album a lot because the album is not entertaining to me. It's more, like you said, it's an artistic way. Like, it's cool, and I give it points for that.
Well, that works. I don't think that works for certain segments, man. I do think that. Look, man, this dude won a ton of awards for that, right? Didn't he win a Pulitzer for that?
Well, that was for that. See, that was for the other album.
This for Damn?
Yeah.
No. See, if it's for Damn, then that don't make no sense.
But this is my problem. This is my problem with Kendrick. This is my thing. This is what I'm saying. Even he just won the Grammy for this album or whatever. His stuff is rated because of the messaging, I guess, or the concepts, the artisticness of it. But it's not about the music. Like the music, like I said, not much of this album made me want to nod my head. Not much of this album, not much of the bars of the album, not with barely anything, made me actually say, "Oh, that was clever turn of phrase." The whole thing
that's not really Kendrick's thing, though.
It's all based on this macro, idea of the album that's the greatness. But an album is just a collection of songs, and if the songs individually aren't great, your album can't be that great. I don't really get it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Run-DMC here in a minute, and it has a lot of the different it's an interesting comparison because this doesn't have some of the basics down, but it has the, I guess, goals or upper level things you could try to reach for. It's doing those, but it doesn't have some of the basics that I would say for a hip hop album. Bryson, I don't know what you think, man. Are you bumping any of these songs? Like, would you bump any of these songs?
I think Bryson already said though. Yeah, you said no. Kendrick,
I don't ever need to. I've only Kendrick I ever go back to listen to is OD and what's the other one?
Section
OD and Section 80.
Section 80.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm
going back to another Kendrick song ever again. Besides those,
I feel pretty similar with that. I don't really listen to too much from Kendrick on a regular basis, man.
That's maybe once a year I might listen to Damn. Just because I got more radio hits that I want to sing.
I had a song. I had an Element came on in my random mix on YouTube or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, I really like this song. But I never really understood some of the damn praise either. I think there's a lot of songs in there that's popular on the radio that I think I would never listen to that song. I could avoid the song. I never would hear it.
I agree. I agree.
Like
I
love,
don't.
people love. I would never hear that. I never want to play that in my life. Like I think that's a terrible song. But so I mean, we just not gonna link. We just not gonna.
So this was really interesting. So this is why, like, so I was asking my wife why she liked the album and stuff like that, and so because she was like, I like the jazziness and stuff like that, but then she hates the Sky Zoo album that I love. We've been friends in that the Sky Zoo album, and then I did want to talk about. So I just found it very odd. I didn't really. People love this album, but I don't know that many people listen to Thundercat like that. Like I have a friend who's a bassist, and he loves Thundercat, and he's the one who put me onto him. And he's all into music, and he saw like Thundercat. Yeah, but other than I don't know hip hop heads that are listening to Thundercat, like for people to be so in love with this musical side of this, but then not listen to the people that made the music. I love Bilal is a star on this album. I think Bilal is a star on this album.
Yeah.
I
think a lot of people are not exposed to some of these concepts or some of these the things that he's doing on this album outside of this album. So when you hear this as a real big breath of fresh air, I thought it was even at the time when I first heard it. I was like, okay, this is not what everybody's doing out here. And he's a big time artist to do this coming off a Good Kid, Mad City, which is very different. So I think that's what it is for a lot of people too. And I think that they're not. We listen to a lot of different hip hop, so we listen to. I'm listening to a wide range of people. So these concepts, the points that you're trying to make are not foreign to me, nor do I think other people are doing them and doing them better. So I don't know if everybody's getting it. I don't know if everybody's the same way with their rapping though.
Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, I mean, he had the conversation with Pac at the end, right? So, and I thought it was very interesting. He's kind of like interviewing him almost, or asking him questions and everything. But it also put me in like the juxtaposition that's really made me, kind of see why like some of my issues with Kendrick so much more. I said this before, but Pac has so much more personality than Kendrick. Kendrick says he's like, or people compare Kendrick to Pac or say he's like the next Pac or whatever. Or just say that he's from that tree, or he's the next hip hop revolutionary.
Oh no.
But and that's what I'm saying. But Pac like spoke his mind like in a clear, blatant way, even if it might offend you or something like that. You could see his personality whether it was through interviews or through music. And I don't feel that with Kendrick. I really, like I said, other than which is fitting. I mean, it's a song about him and loving himself or whatever. Other than that song, his personality didn't come out.
So you listen to Mr. Morale, I feel like his personality is that he's just all stressed out and upset all the time. I don't know. I mean,
is that his personality?
I mean, how else you make them songs? I don't know. I assume that you're making them for a reason. What you think, Bryson?
I don't know. From what I gathered from Mr. Morale was, I thought he was writing it from the perspective of things that's going on in the world. So I feel, I don't know if he's stressed out or if the world is stressed out. Because if he's writing from the perspective of the world, then yes, the world is stressed out. That's how I took it. So, but him himself, I don't think anybody knows anything about Kendrick. He's not in the public eye. He doesn't share anything personal with anybody. Besides Santi is a man now.
Yeah, I thought one of the interesting things he said on the Grammys tonight was that he was like his dream was just to be the best underground artist, and then he said something about like, but we were able to make our first imperfect album or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah. So that's why we accepted his award. Which one? I never got that vibe that he wanted to be an underground artist because he makes music that's very not that to me. And then
he made songs with his Good Kid, Mad City got like all kinds of pop crossover songs.
Yeah, like swimming pools and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought it was just odd. I thought it was interesting that he said it. I thought it was a little odd, and then also it was like first imperfect album. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's the type of stuff that people believe of his
Well, he's a
albums. That
weirdo,
they're
man.
all
I mean,
perfect.
he's a weirdo like the rest of the artists, man. You know, so artists be on some weird stuff. I'm not really mad at like I'm not gonna get mad at that. I'm not gonna try to read too much into it. All I'm gonna know is, am I gonna bump your album?
No, I'm not. It's not about him. I'm saying about the people who believe that. Like he can believe that all his albums are perfect. That's great.
They got a lot
But
of followers out here, man. They got a lot of followers out here. They'll ride for anything that they told to ride for. If they like that stuff, if that's
I'm
if they
just
like
mad he won a
him,
Pulitzer. That's it. That's my hate for today. I'm mad Kendrick won a Pulitzer Prize.
no,
If you,
come on, man. Yeah, for damn.
yeah. If you, the whole time you were talking, I was just going through every year and saw who won. And how is Kendrick the only person from the
In
culture
hip-hop.
that
Exactly.
wins an album? Like,
Exactly. For a not
oh,
great album, for not an all time
yeah.
classic, for not the one with the best writing or bars that are crazy or anything like that. But that's the
But
one that
most
has
of them
a Pulitzer.
are like symphony pieces. Like most of the winners are
Exactly.
symphony pieces,
Exactly.
are opera pieces, and then we just got this one random rap album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, Michael Jackson didn't make Thriller. That wasn't a thing, or what? Like, come on, man. What got damn in here?
Yeah, it's very interesting to me because even like when I see reviews and stuff like that of this album, it's all about like again the themes and the message of the album, but you know that they feel is so great, and then like or even they'll talk about the production and stuff like that. But again, his rapping is not like that's not what's stellar about the album.
And those
like,
themes and stuff are not exclusive to his album.
Exactly. Like I'm a huge Lupe fan, and a lot of the people on like the Lupe subreddit will say they're Kendrick fans too. And so I think there's a lot of crossover in these groups. But I don't really feel the same about these artists. I mean, I'm maybe one of the few. I don't feel the same about these artists. And it's not that, and I don't love Lupe's albums just because they're complex and they have some theme. I like the album. I like the songs. Like I can play the songs in a shuffle, and who cares about the theme of the album? I like the song. And that's just not, that's what I have my issue with Kendrick. I don't like the song. If I don't like your beat, or if your beat doesn't make me want to nod my head, and your rhymes don't make me, want to like say, oh wow, that was clever what you said, and you're not on the beat, your flow's not on the beat, then like what is good? Like what part of it is like should I be praising it for? And not to say that that's all of the songs, because he definitely has songs where he's rapping well, but there's no bars, there's no punchlines, there's no big metaphors or stuff like that outside of the big meta ones of the album. Um, he has annoying voices. I don't like his voice, and so I mean, pretty much, I don't really know.
I mean, like I said, I don't get the reason why it's lauded to that extent, but I mean, I don't get a lot of things about what's popular and what's getting awards. We watched some of the Grammys tonight. I don't get why people get these awards. I don't get the appeal of a bunch of artists. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
Let's
interesting.
move on to something I do like.
All right, so then let's talk about Run-DMC. So we wanted to break out, first off, we want to, one of our listeners suggested that we break down some of these, albums that are quote unquote classic. We just talked about Lamar's "To Be a Butterfly." I don't think any of us think it's classic, should be deserving of that type of title. We don't like the title in general, but again, we just want to break down some of these albums and see if they still hold up, and if they're great, if they still, would be considered perfect album. So Run-DMC's self-titled album, their first album, we decided to listen to that, and I think it's a cool juxtaposition to the Kendrick Lamar album as well. Because first off, my first thoughts on this album was that just as soon as it came on, I thought it was fun. Like as soon as Hard Times came on, I wanted to nod my head, dance, or whatever. I liked it. So, what did you guys think of the album? First.
Oh,
That's I already can see you got here. Go ahead.
I got a lot of hate for this album, man. Actually, not hate, more like I don't care about it. Like this to me is like when a sports athlete, like you don't have to go back and watch Dr. J. You don't have to go back and watch these old players play in order for you to love the game. It was good back then. It's not the same now. There's nothing that'll ever sound like it because music is better now than it was back then. So I don't need to go back to it. It was cool. Beats are simple as they most of them are back in the day.
I don't think they're simple. I think the production was great.
No, you didn't. It was very simple. I could make those beats right now with like three instruments. It's super simple. Some of them even sound the same.
Okay. I look. I'm old. I mean, this album came out when the year I was born. So, I guess it's a few months before I was born. So this album's super old, right? And I knew most of these songs, and I listened to this album probably like 20 years ago, straight through. Really, since I was going back trying to listen to these different classics. But some of these songs on here, I mean, are super classic. Like beyond. I mean, when I think of like rock box,
yeah, rock box is classic.
It's like that. It's like that. It's like that's like the definition of hip hop to me almost. Like I don't know how Bryce can hate on that. I mean, it's but I get it. I mean,
They're
I don't
super
know if that's all
classic.
because of my. Well, I think that the beat on it is fantastic. I think the stuff that they're saying is funny and it's interesting.
So was Dr. J.
I don't really understand the comparison.
So the comparison, I kind of understand what you're saying, but then it doesn't to me match up. So Dr. J, if he came and played in the league now, I don't know if he would be as successful as maybe he was then. But I do think these songs are still good in a party type of setting. I think that these songs are
I disagree.
So I don't know. I guess it really depends on the audience. Obviously, I'm old, so I don't know. But when I turn this, like I said, when I turn these songs on, there's only like 2 songs on here. I'm like, just I don't want to hear that. But you have like, see, the other thing is you have songs on here that are, I think there's 2 or 3 of them where it's just Jam Master J.
It's just one. It's just the last song.
Yeah.
It's just the last song.
Oh, it's just that one?
It was just the last song. Very last song.
Okay, you have Sucker MCs, of course. That's a classic.
Yeah.
You know, reused a million times. Hard Times, of course, everybody knows that. Rock Box, love it. Jam Master J is great. So yeah, you're right. You have Wake Up, which is one that you don't hear too much from.
I thought that song was. I don't know if I ever heard that song before, and I thought that song was very fun. I loved it. I thought it was interesting. It's a positive message while still being fun and you know, like making me want to nod my head. And then, I mean, they're not the best rappers. So let's get the obvious out of the way. They're average rapping. I mean, like their rapping is, you know,
not even average. I mean,
that's what it was
super
back
simple
in the day.
Rap. Super simple rap.
Yeah.
No, so we can talk about that because I actually listened to. I wanted to make sure I was understanding or looking at the time frame in the right way. So I listened to Houdini, Escape. I'm pretty sure it's called. So that's the album that came out the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it's called Escape. And they're better rappers. Like, for sure. Like
Houdini?
For sure. Okay. For sure better. And then I listened to the Furious 5 album as well that came out that year. The only thing with the Furious 5 is a lot of those songs were just like, I couldn't do it. They were too archaic, I guess, for me to even enjoy. But the Houdini album slapped. So I didn't really. When I listen to it, I really like the Run-DMC. They almost took it 2 different ways. Run-DMC really takes it that 80s rock, and they're like, we do this, we could do this and do this, like hip hop style.
Yeah.
And so that's like one of the things I like about it. Not many people are doing something like a rock box. I don't know how many other hip hop groups ever even try to get on something that's like that guitar heavy and that type of guitar heavy and it's super 80s like.
Yeah, that's why. When you say like the beats are simple, versus like you like that that rock like sample that dun, dun, like all that. This is cool. Like all that is super dope. How is that like not a good, well produced?
I'm not saying it's not dope. I'm saying it's simple. Simple can be
Well,
dope.
taking a
Yeah,
sample.
but you listen to trash rappers all the time, and they rap simple all the time.
A trap beat
Sure.
that's just tick 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 is simple. Like yeah, I can make that in my
For sure.
on my computer too.
Yes. But what I'm saying is that style was back then. We will never see that again. It will never be brought in. No one wants to emulate it. No one's going to go back that far. The only way you would go back that far is if you're looking for something specific that you're trying to grab from them. But more than likely not, because there's so many other examples. Music has progressed so much past that you're fine. You don't need it.
So
people grab their lines all the time.
Yeah,
Grab the beats all the time.
The second MCs has been used a bunch.
Of course.
And then even like what was the bar? I'm your your $5 dude, I'm $1 million man or whatever stuff like that. That was on Wake Up song or one of those songs. It was on one of the songs on this. I was like, oh, I heard that line before in other rap songs. But like
No,
back
tidbit.
you said that you're a whatever, I'm $1 million Mac or whatever, something like that. But that's from I was surprised. Like I said, they had lines that have been
It's like a trivia question. It's okay, dude. Like, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's like watching a player who got their move from Dr. J and then they did it and then they got better and better. Like, oh wow, I'm gonna copy this guy, but he actually got it from Dr. J. Like, okay, so what? It's cool.
See,
It
but
ain't bad.
this is the thing about so when we talk about the word classic, when we talk about classic albums. My thing is, see, with music, I don't I feel like I have a very different philosophy than you. Because you are saying like because we have a different sound now, it is somehow evolved or better. And to me, it's all I hear is that it's different. Like I don't hear this as bad or lower quality. I hear this as different sound. So
yeah, it's definitely lower quality to me, in my opinion. But
nah, see, I think that lower quality aspect makes me like it more because it's more of a pure hip hop. It's almost like the uncut. Like it's like you get that. I feel like nothing but like you have a real DJ that's really scratching.
Yeah,
that's really making these records, and these dudes is really rapping to like hype a party up almost. Like it's only for that reason. It's not to stunt on flex on how great my bar, how much money I got. It's not to flex on how gangsta I am. It's not for nothing but we gonna get this party hype. That's what we here for. Our DJ's the best. Your DJ sucks. You a sucker MC, and that's it. Like that's all it is too. And so I mean,
they had positive messages throughout it too. Like they had like
yeah. But I mean, I really like that aspect. It's something that is different and lost. I would say too many people, and you have some rappers that still focus in that way, like a Busta Rhymes maybe, or some other people like that. But a lot of people are focused on how I can say how much name brand designer shit I got, and how I can tell you how many people I shot.
I mean, they talk about clothes and stuff like that. Like they talk about the clothes. What they say on Rockbox? Calvin Klein, or don't like Calvin Klein. He's not a friend of mine or whatever. Yeah, like they talk about the different stuff. That, like I felt like so in contrast to the Kendrick we talk about, I felt like I could really hear their personality. I felt it was them. They talk about being in school, whatever, St. John's, whatever, talk about their credit. They talk about whatever. They talk about, they dream the world would be or whatever. Like, I felt like I hear their personality. And then I love them going back and forth and they're just like yelling and like, it's just hype. It just sounds fun. And I feel like it's full of personality. To me, I like I said, I really was surprised because I thought that I was gonna end up feeling like you person. I really thought that I would listen to this and be like, man, these people can't rap nowhere near as good as the rappers I like or the rappers I listen to.
That's the first gold record in hip hop. And I was trying to see how old they were when this album came out.
We're talking about being in college, so they got to be in their 20s.
Yeah, they did say you go to John Jay University. No, St. John's University.
Yeah, St. John's. That's the same place your favorite rapper went to, right?
I don't give a fuck. Like, none of this don't mean nothing to me, dog. I understand what you're saying. It is a classic, but it's a classic for the back in the day. Don't ever need to revisit it.
That's to me, that's the opposite of my definition of classic. Like when we talk about classic cars, they're cars that you still want.
That's not true. Nope.
That's
There's
not
classic that from the 70s, 80s that I would ever want. Never.
Okay, maybe you don't want it, but when people talk, like say this is a classic Camaro or whatever,
there's classic whips that I would love to have.
Yeah, people want to drive
classic whips. Yeah.
So when we call an album classic, to me, it should be something that I would still want to listen to, or other people still has listening value, entertainment value today. Classic movie, we talk about it should have entertainment value today. Like anything we call classic, I feel like should have entertainment.
I don't agree. Classic to me defines a time period. Impact, like we say, impact in that time, because almost nothing is impactful forever. So it was a classic in this time. If someone came up to me and I'm like, oh, I want to be a hip hop historian, okay, yes, go listen to Run-DMC. But if you just like rap music or you want to become a rapper, I'm not going to say, hey, go back and do your homework. Run-DMC started it. Like, you don't have to do that. That's
no, you don't have to. You don't have to know history to learn anything, though. I mean, I don't like that analogy. I don't have to know. I don't have to know any history to. I mean, chemistry is my degree. I need to learn about the old chemists. I don't have to who cares about that? I just have to know how to apply the facts that we know today. I don't need to know the history.
Nah, man. To me, you gotta know the pure uncut hip hop. You gotta understand where it came from. You gotta understand what it's about.
But you're saying that for the love of it. You're saying that for the love of the history that you love. But it is not required for me to rap to learn the history of rappers.
But I mean, it's not required for these people to learn how to rap either. I mean, they just get on the mic, go over the same beat, and then they call it a tight song. I mean, what do I know about that?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This comes into like a education philosophy argument, but I mean, so that rabbit hole. But I'm saying, the point you're saying, Bryce, I just feel like you can say that about anything. You want to be a poker player, but you don't need to know the history of poker to do that. You don't.
Yes, sort of, kind of, but the way I see it, like, all right, so if you're going to be great at something, there's a difference between being average at something and being great. If you're going to be average at it, then you just go out there and do it off of your God-gifted abilities or whatever minimum is required to do it, right? And then to be great, you go back and look at other greats and say, okay, they did it this way. How can I adapt on that or add that to a part of my game and become better?
Like Dr. J or Run-DMC.
Yes, but you don't have to go that far anymore. There's too much time in between now.
Okay, yes, I get that part. You don't have to go that far back. I get that.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as most things go, I think the 90s is probably about the turning point in a lot of things to where that's where you need to go.
So, okay, but this is the thing. This, like you said, this hip hop is it's focused on fun, on the party. It's focused on positive messaging. It's not focused on
I don't care about
it's
positive
about
messaging at all.
well, so
Zero.
okay, so
You
that
don't
is
care
a
about it.
fundamental right.
That's an important thing. I mean, that's part of it. So this Houdini album was the same, and that's one of the things. It's the same type of stuff. They're rapping. I think their rapping is better. Um, but the focus is fun. My DJ better than your DJ. And you are not a good MC like me. It's that type of stuff. So it's a little bit different, in that regard. It's just a different focus on the MCs of today as time has changed and things like that. I mean, money obviously is a huge influence in everything in America, but especially hip hop today. People are really a lot about how much money you got, how much money you got, how much money you got, how many designers can you wear. When hip hop didn't start off that way, it was very much anti that. So it's like,
Yeah.
we don't need these people. We don't want these people. This is hip hop. We do our thing. Certain stuff is not of the culture. There's things that they adopted and became part of the culture, like certain types of shoes, things like that. And
Yeah.
we made those hip hop artists made those brands big. It wasn't the other way around.
Yeah, like I love like even like because even like their rhymes, we were talking about them not being the best rappers, but like even like they said on Rock Boxes, they say um it said nothing too deep and nothing dense, and all our rhymes make a lot of sense, So move your butt to the cut, run them up. You're not in a rut, like that's like it's simple. Like that's what they make it clear what they're about. They're not trying to be complicated. It wants to be simple and fun and understood. And so I wanted just to lead us to another conversation is what is important, and because I think this is kind of the conversation we're having. First of all, before we move on, what did you guys rate this? I would say I love this album. I had fun listening to it. There was like one song that I would skip. It's a 9-song quick listen. One song I would skip, and then one song is just DJ. So 7 songs that I loved that I thought were amazing. So
you skip it. 30 or whatever.
No, I like 30. I thought 30 was fun. I thought
Which
30
one you
was fun.
skipping? That's what I'm saying. Which one you skipping?
Let me go back to the track. Let's see real quick. So I think
the second Crush Groove one. I mean, is that what you skipping?
that might be it.
The first one. The second one is Sucker MCs, right? One of the two.
Second, the first Crush Groove 1 is Sucker MCs, but it comes second on the album.
Okay.
I think I actually like all these songs. There's none of them that I think are bad. Just the only real skip I would say is Jay's Game, which is just the one that's is scratching. I like all these songs. Not all as much as each other, but I like all of them.
Yeah, I like all these songs, and it's hard to hate on like Hard Times, Rockbox. It's like that.
Yeah.
And Jam Master Jay, I guess, are like stupid classic, constantly quoted, sampled, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I thought 30 Days was fun. Like, you can return me back in 30 days. I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny and fun. And then Wake Up was, like I said, positive and fun to me too. So
yeah, I don't have too much hate for this. This one was, I thought What You Call 'Em, I was gonna, I thought it was gonna be the first one. I thought was gonna be the weakest one. But Kings of Rock is the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Raising Hell. So I don't know when they had a weak one because those are regarded better. So I gotta go back and listen to all of them. It made me want to go listen to all the rest of the album. Right?
Yeah. No, I agree. So next week we can talk more about the other albums. But I would love to talk about. I do think that Crush Groove 2 has got to be the weakest song to me.
I want y'all to listen to that. I want you to listen to that Houdini a little bit.
I'm gonna listen to it. I wanted to. So when I was asking which album I want to start with, I said Houdini. I was like,
in that, like I said, I wanted to have something to compare it to in the year. So the Houdini, like I said, there's better rapping on that.
Yeah.
And then you got all these other, and the same thing, classics.
Do you think that?
on Escape. So not like I said, this is the only Houdini album I ever listened to is Escape.
Do you think the production is as good as?
So that's the thing that's so funny. That one uses. So if Run-DMC is like with that 80s rock influence, it's got like a disco type influence. You know what I'm saying? So you've heard these songs though, like Freaks Come Out at Night.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Of course, that's a classic, but that's a whole different sound than what Run-DMC is doing.
Yeah.
So that's where you have like the interesting comparison of the two artists, because again, it's '84. Hip hop's not big, right? Freaks Come Out at Night is on there. Big Mouth is on there. Friends is on there.
See, I listened to Big Mouth, and I thought it was just okay. I
don't love that song. Like I said, like that. So
Friends,
it's interesting, but it also only has, like I said, this is another album that's got a bunch of DJ scratching songs. So it's like 8 songs, 7 songs, something like that. And I don't like it as much as the Run-DMC, but there's better rapping on it. And of course, Freaks Come Out at Night is super classic.
Of course,
Friends is super classic.
Friends is super classic. Yeah.
Bryce needs to go listen to these.
So, but Bryce, okay, so you hating on this, but these songs, you said the production is old or archaic or whatever, you don't need to listen to it. But these albums, I mean, these songs come on a bunch of different, it's like that comes on a bunch of different movies and stuff like that. That beat comes on stuff, or like
it's been redone a bunch of times too.
Yeah.
No, that's fine and all. It's a classic once again. But it's cool, bro. Like, I'm never gonna play this again. So Houdini, Freaks Come Out at Night. Was that Houdini?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my type of shit. So maybe I'll listen to the album.
Okay.
I like that more disco style, so that might be fire for me.
Maybe I just love the rock music then, because I like rock. I
do like
music.
That aspect. The guitar, and then they'd be always like, so I like that aspect. But the Houdini was interesting because it's a different type of production.
Right.
But you still got, it's the same year. You still got that same, still simple type of rapping, but I think Houdini is better. And then you have, some other super classic songs on there mixed with some other songs that maybe you don't remember or haven't heard. So I was surprised to listen to that one, because that same thing, I was like, oh man, I want to listen to more of their music now. And I listened to Grandmaster Flash, and the only song I could still mess with from that first album was White Lines. And everybody, y'all know that one, right?
I don't know.
Oh, you know White Lines.
Oh yeah,
Dripping Snow.
Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah. Some of these old songs, man, are great. I love it. I was so excited to listen to these old songs, man.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So I think it's gonna be fun to do. So what would you rate it? Bryce, let's start with you, because I know you're gonna have a low rating. So.
All right, sorry, my bad. I was trying to listen to Houdini.
What you trying to listen to right now?
Yeah, I was just trying to see these songs that B was naming to see if I heard them. But yeah, I have. But that's the thing, like, these songs are classic. They're gonna always be classic. My great grandparents and any party you went to at your grandparents' house, they played these.
Great grandparents.
My great grandparents.
This is '84, man. This is I'm not even doing this. Already adults and kids at this time.
My mom never listened to this. My parents was in high school when the songs came out.
My grandparents, I don't know about great grandparents, but my grandparents, whenever they would have parties at their house, would definitely play these type of songs. That's how I know all about old music.
I mean, you missing it. They playing Frank Sinatra or something like that.
I've never honestly heard a Frank Sinatra song.
You never?
Maybe at a restaurant before, but I've never listened to Frank Sinatra. But
a couple Frank Sinatra songs, man. They always play that one. They always sing that New York song.
That's the only one. That's what I was gonna say. That's the only one I've ever heard. But like, just family get together. It might not be my grandma playing it, but it was at her house. She was hosting an event, whatever. So whoever was playing the music, DJ, I would hear all of these songs. So that's how I know them. That's why I have an '80s playlist on my phone that I listen to, but it's all like R&B '80s, no rap. that I love. So I mean, the album is a 7. Like on a, it's a 7, but it's a classic 7. It's not
That's
a.
not a thing.
No,
That's not
no,
a
no, no,
thing.
no.
You say it's not
That's fair,
classic.
man. It's hard to.
No.
No, I like it. Because look, man, it's hard to read the stuff in the context. So I don't know how. I
Yeah.
mean, how you feel is how I would assume most people that are younger feel when they go back to this type of stuff. So to me, I get excited about it because to me, it's more of, like I said, I think it's more of a pure thing. Because this is way before I started listening to music. I mean, I don't think I had a little boombox in like when I was like 4 or 5. So even I would, this was considered old when I was starting to listen to music as a little child in like '89 and '90.
Yeah.
So I don't know how how anybody that's born in 2000 or up would think about this. I would think that they feel like this is ancient. I mean, similar to
I'm
kids
play.
I work with.
I'm gonna
That's
play it for my kids in school and see what they say. I'm gonna play it. I'm playing it tomorrow.
I was gonna do the same thing, honestly. I was thinking about doing the same thing because you know you can play it without worrying about it.
Yeah, there's
Because they don't start
cursing.
cursing on that one, and they curse on the next one more. And subsequent albums. So it's not this, put it on, see how they feel about sucking MCs. But
yeah, I'm excited to see what they say. But look. I think this album is great. It's great as I mean, like I said, it's short, but I would give it a 9.5.
Yeah, it's hard to find flaws, even though the rapping is poor, as we would describe it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not a real 9 because you're not putting it above any album that you have rated a 9 today. You're not gonna, or
yes, I
today.
would. I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I think this is better than Butterfly. Let me put
I've
it this way.
never.
I think this is
are the
way
person
better
who
than
gave me 80% of my music taste, and you've never played any of these songs for me.
No, I told you I
Now,
didn't.
we play these songs
like that.
We do play these hits, the Run-DMC hits in my house. So Rockbox, like my kids hear Rockbox. That's not even like a weird thing at all. That'll come on in a random mix. I might be in the mood. But I also like when I'm in my car, I listen to the LL Cool J Rock the Bell station. Then I go to the Hip Hop Nation. Then I go to Shade 45. Then I go to the '90s R&B and hip hop station. So I mix it up a lot. So I do listen to some of these old songs from time to time. I like them, and they hit you when you're in a certain mood. When you want to be in a more upbeat type of mood.
Yeah, and for context for viewers, because President B is you 3 years apart. We got so B is 9 years older than me, so we got a range here, but we not that far apart. So and then secondly, I didn't start going back to old music until I moved to college. So when we were living together in high school, I listened to the music that was current at that time that I liked at that time. I never went back to oldies. I never cared to.
It's the mentality of the person in high school.
Yeah,
This stuff is not going to appeal to you when you're younger. I didn't go back until I was in college to go back and really go and investigate, learn more about the Run-DMC. So I mean, we're talking about early 2000s. I got to college, so then I said, "Hey, I want to know more about hip hop. I love hip hop. That's all I'm doing." So then we had full access to. That's when downloads was the thing. So I was like, I'm about to build up my catalog. So I was downloading every album I could find from basically every old school artist. So Run-DMC is one of those artists that I did check out, BC Boys, and some other ones at that time, just so I thought I could argue, because I used to get on the internet and argue on message boards about hip hop all day, basically what people still do on Reddit, things like that. So
yeah, I did on two dope
say something about these old artists, and I didn't know. I would be like, oh man, I gotta look these artists up. I don't even know what Raising Hell is. You know what I mean? I had to listen to it and go back and listen to those albums. So I knew who Cool G Rap was and stuff like that, because that's stuff that I had missed just at my age.
Man, I got 80s R&B over 80s rap any day, dog.
That's fine.
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair. 80s R&B is great. I mean,
great.
80s R&B.
I play that in the house all the time. It's not the best R&B, but I love it.
I think
all the little techno sounds in there. It was going crazy back then.
You might like that Houdini, man. because
Yeah.
it's a lot of that. It's a lot more of that than the Run-DMC as a whole different vibe.
I love this Run-DMC. I like I said, when because when my Run-DMC album came off, then a couple of Houdini songs played, Big Mouth played for sure. I just wasn't, and that's just a small sample, but it's not the same vibe as Run-DMC. I love this. So when you say I'm rating it unfairly, I just really enjoyed this. You could ask my wife. I was in here dancing because I was cooking and had the music on my headphones and I'm dancing. Cooking and I'm excited. I thought it was fun. Like I said,
I was cleaning up too, and I had it on. I was like, "This is hitting right now."
Yeah.
I was on the couch like, woo, can this album be over?
Yeah, maybe I'll get up.
So that leads us to, I want to talk about what do you, all right, so, well, B, you didn't say what you rated.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to have to give it the same type of thing. There's only the second Crush Groove song that I would say I'm cool on. But out of the 8 songs or 8 songs, I would not be cool with one. And some of them are just so super classic that it's hard for me to ever say anything bad about it. It's got to be a 9 or a 10. I mean, I just don't know how to rate it otherwise. It's hard for me because, like I said, when I listen to it, I just hear like that the purest thing. Like I love hip hop, man. I get so excited about just knowing how these dudes made this stuff and stuff like that. Like knowing how Jam Master Jay is like making these beats and what kind of crude stuff they're using to make the beats and how short the sample time is and all those aspects of it. Just I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I would say that's better than a rapping any day. I'd rather listen to a DJ cut and do all of that stuff than listen to the rappers rap.
Well, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of the DJ cut. I mean,
yeah, that's my favorite part. I love DJs actually DJ.
Okay, so then you like the Jam Master Jay song, and
yeah, I'll listen to a DJ cut all day.
All right. Well, then that leads us to another discussion of what makes a good album to you guys. Because listening to these 2 albums, I feel like I think one thing that we're all going to agree on is production is the most important part.
Oh, I mean, you can't have a good song without a good production of some sort. It's got to have a good beat or something.
I would agree. I don't think y'all agree with that. I definitely don't think Eric agrees with that. There's no way you agree with that.
So what's the song with the bad beat that you love?
Me personally, I think production matters more. I won't listen to a song if they got something crazy going on in the background.
But that's how he said. That's what we just said.
I think that's how everyone feels.
I don't think so, dog.
So give me the song.
I don't believe y'all.
You think that we really like songs with bad beats?
Yeah, y'all would listen to a mid. It don't have to be bad, like because.
Oh no,
it's a great album.
I listen to a mid beat. I listen to a beat that's just okay.
Yeah, it's to get to a certain level of. If it's bad off rip, you're like, don't want to hear it. Turn it off right now.
But I'll listen to a song with a great beat and bad rapping before you listen to a song with amazing rapping and a bad beat. I feel
we just heard that and you didn't like it. We just listened to songs with good beats and bad rapping and you didn't like it.
Yeah,
they just said you don't like it.
Good. They're not good. They are good.
The beats are good.
They're good.
Don't hate on Jam Master Jay. Rest in peace.
They're good in context, but they're not.
No, not in context. They're good.
Oh no,
good,
I think they're straight good. Yeah,
I think that's good.
Like I could write to Rockbox right now. I could rap on that right now.
That's the point. It's super easy. It's super simple. That's
wait, first of all, my bars is hard. Okay.
All right. So first off, I think there's several things going on here. One, I don't think that complexity is equals quality. One.
Correct.
I think that's one of the things with Butterfly. I feel like I don't think that just because an album has a more complex like theme or something or message that it's somehow higher quality. I don't think those 2 things equate, and I also don't think that enjoyment necessarily equates to quality either. Like, and that's the thing. I love this album. I enjoy it so much. I think the beats are quality, but I think you're saying you don't enjoy them, and so you think they're bad. But I don't think that's the same thing. Now the rhymes, I enjoy the rhymes, but I'm not going to sit here and say that they're quality rhymes. I'm not going to say like their great writing in the album.
Not mural. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that they're enjoyable. So those two things are different, you know. That's so I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's fun.
agree. It's insane to me because the beats are as simple as anybody could write. Like
That's not. They're not simple. You keep saying they're simple. They're not simple.
they are simple. They
You,
are simple.
Why?
They have
These
to be
samples-
simple because everything was simple back then.
you
Everything
see,
was way
you
more
just
simple.
you're being biased to the time. You're being
Hold on. I mean, I just don't know what you mean.
I'm
What
not
do you mean
being
by
biased.
simple? Because I listen to like a Rock Marcy raps over all the time over just like a certain loop of a song, and that is.
That's
I
simple.
mean, this talk
And
about very simple, stripped down. It's just,
like a movie score type thing.
and he's rapping off of that, like you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not
That's
sure
simple.
what you mean by when you say simple. Like that's going to be a much more stripped down sound than a Run-DMC where you got the and then and then that stuff is
And then the guitar and like yeah.
Like I don't
And scratching on top of that, like all kinds of stuff is going on with the beat.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're saying it. Like, what is the simple aspect that you're saying? You think it's simple to find the pocket to rap in?
Yes, I feel like that for sure.
That's
Well,
fair.
they use it as simple flow anyway. They can find. I mean, they say like 2 words every beat. Like it's not hard to find.
I don't think that's because of the DJ. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what causes them to be simple if the rapper back then wasn't advanced enough to do a more advanced beat, or what it was. But
nobody was rapping. Like, dude, you gotta listen to the progression. Nobody was rapping like that.
That's why I'm keeping it in context. It's like it's great for its time,
but it's not the beat. You keep comparing. You keep saying the rapping. I think you're confused. Okay, so the beats or the beats. Somebody made a beat, and then you rap to it. Now, in that time, the goal was to just make the party hype, and you're just supposed to be like hype. You're like hyping up the
DJ
music. Yeah, the DJ, and just making it more hype. So they just come up with energy, adding to the beat. It's not the same as
Black Thought.
Like where he's the like when I listen to people like Black Thought or Lupe, a lot of times they're the star. The beat is secondary. It just has to be good enough to for them to spit on, and that's it. And
I agree.
It's not the same.
We are on the same page. I'm telling you that if Black Thought was to get on that beat, there's only so much he can do with it because of how simple it is.
No, I disagree. Because I think those same beats have been used so many times. All kinds of people rap through. If you Google, if you put on YouTube people rapping over Sucker MC, you're gonna find a gang of people rapping over Sucker MC of all types. You're gonna hit different flows on it. I don't think it's because of the beat. I don't think the beat is the reason. I think it's because in '84, complex flows and stuff was just not a thing.
Yeah, I mean that starts with G-Rap and Rakim, right?
Yeah.
So that's just not happening at this time.
It was good to see Rakim at the thing too. He got shine for a second.
No,
yeah, jump for a second.
Yeah.
I just okay. Back to so you don't think production is the most important part? Then I mean we're not going to agree. This is the thing. Production is subjective. What beat you think sounds good and what beat I think sounds good are different. Like you was talking about Marcy. I don't like a lot of those. Like it's one of the reasons why Mark Marciano is not one of my favorite rappers. I think he's a great rapper, but sometimes if the beat don't got no drums on it and stuff like that, I just don't find it entertaining and I don't want to listen to it. Not that I don't think he's dope, but I can't enjoy it. So the beat is subjective. But the first thing I think everyone hears is the beat, and you gotta like it before you even like the song, in my opinion.
No, I'm saying that. Like, all right, so this last Drake album, well, not the last one, the one before that, the dance album. Dance music, 90% of the song is about the beat. 10% is about the words you say behind it, whatever. So I can listen to a song. I don't care about the words. Especially with like a lot of mumble raps nowadays, I don't need to. That beat is going crazy. I can say some melodic stuff over that. That's all I need sometimes. So
I think that's the point.
It don't matter. Yeah.
Oh, I think it matters. I think that's the point. That's a different type of with that, with the like you said, the more melodic stuff, things like that, that's the beat is carrying these non-good rappers. That's why I don't personally get it, because to me the beats aren't even that great. They sound similar. If the beats weren't so, to me they're so similar a lot of times that I don't see the difference between one dude and the next dude, and why somebody would find this so entertaining, but other people do.
Yeah.
I do.
I agree, because with trap beats, I think it all sounds the same when all those hi hats. To me, it starts to get annoying. To me, I
You know what really sound the same, and I'm about to get in trouble here, about to be canceled. All in Latin trap songs are exactly the same. Bruh, they showed the Grammys. I was watching the thing before Bad Bunny won. They were like, "Here's the nominees." Every beat was exactly the same, but everybody saw it. I said, wait. I said, how the heck y'all all got on the same beat?
Yeah.
Like, yo, these dudes, I'm like, wow. They making whole albums on the same beat. Everybody on the same beat. I was cracking up like, dang, these songs are really the same, man.
But that kind of, I don't know, the trap beat is the party beat, is the get hype song. So
see, I
do get
disagree.
me hype.
But here's the thing: I don't understand it. So, and this is again, old man. I'm not even 30, but I got old man mentality. All right. So listen, the thing that kills me about the trap music and the tempo of the song is low. It's slow song. It's a slow song. It's just got a bunch of things going on top. That's not the beat. That's probably the 8 notes.
Yeah, because the dude be talking slow on the record. Or a lot of times they be rapping slow, or they moaning or singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't listen to slow trap songs. I don't agree.
They are slow. They're all slow to the point. You talking
Solo Baby,
the 8 notes and saying that it's like a fast beat, but it's not. Whatever tempo you think it is, you gotta cut it in half. That's the actual tempo of the song.
Nah, I like the fast trap songs. That's what be getting me hype.
It's not fast. There's no such thing, man. It's not fast.
Nah,
it's all good. We're not gonna get into
it. Listen to that ESTG, boy. Put on some ESTG and some 4-2 Doug. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. I'll let if somebody's good music theory explain this to you, because you're counting the wrong tempo. But regardless, so you don't agree that production is the most important?
I do agree. That's the most important. 100%. I agree.
So all agree that production is number one and the quality of it up.
That is definitely, yes. You can't get into it unless the production is at least good enough to you.
So then what would you say is the second most important part of an album then?
I don't know. What are my criteria? Like production, lyrics, so that's it?
Okay, to me, I was going to say personality is the second most important.
Energy is going to be second most important.
Yeah,
everybody's energy is different, so but the person's energy is going to decide if it connects with you or not.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was learning.
I love people. There's some people that I love, but I don't even want to listen to them at certain times of day or certain events or movements. Sure. It's like, so I don't want to put on laid back type people if I'm about to work out or something. Yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel every day. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
music has to match my mood.
Right. So exactly. I got different moods throughout the day, so different music fits different times. So whatever the person is, whoever it is, it's got to fit the mood that I'm in at that moment, or I got to adjust to the mood. Like if I'm listening to new music, normally I like to put that on in my car when I'm driving, because that's not there's a mood there, but it's not really. I feel like that's the most neutral.
I'm opposite. I'd rather listen to new music in my headphones when I'm on a walk or something like that. When I'm in my car, I want to get hyped.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. And when I'm driving, it could be a laid back mood. Like sometimes it's just.
I could be neutral. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. When you're on a walk, it's fair. That's fair. That's a neutral type of mode. But like if I'm sitting in my house, I generally want something that's gonna get me up and make me want to get up. I'm not just gonna sit on my sofa and listen to an album with headphones on and be like,
exactly.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Like I want to be.
That's exactly how I feel.
In my car, I'm sitting and I'm forced to sit. So it's like It's a laid back. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can listen to
Pull up
anything
to
in
this
the car.
McDonald's, and this song will be hitting while I eat these fries.
You see,
Like
but that's the thing. When I'm in the car, like driving, I feel like I need to be upbeat. Otherwise, I'll
No, that's
start
like
like
after
feeling
work.
like
After
yes,
work,
this,
when I'm
this.
After
if
work is always
if I get in my car after work and put on a podcast, I'm like, this ain't hype enough. I got to put on something that's hype. So
hype podcasts keep you awake though. See, podcasts I feel like a hype.
not that to do. Not certain ones. There's some that do, but not certain ones. And so in the evening, I always put on music. So that's when I put on the music, and then I'm singing along, and that changed my whole mood. I go back up to energy, excited. So it's just different. It's different times. So that's the thing with when you listen to new music. How do I judge it? I always judge it by I'll try to listen to it 2 or 3 different places if I can. Ideally, if I'm cleaning up or something, I can listen to it the first time because I can focus on it while I'm cleaning and moving. And if it makes it more enjoyable, great. If it's making the time seem like it's not moving fast enough, I'm like, I'll try you again another day.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So I think so. I don't know. Did you have another answer? Because I think personality or energy, however we want to say it, is the second most important part. That's what this Run-DMC said. Because I was like, man, you know what? Now that I think about it, lyrics are kind of going to be kind of far down the list because I didn't even mind these lyrics are like that.
Here we go.
I just like
Mr.
the energy.
Miracle. Now you don't care about the
I
lyrics.
am Mr. This is the thing. My name is coming down over from one of the most lyrical songs I know. I love lyrics, so don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that is not what makes just makes the music.
So yeah, songs you can think of that you like that have like simple-ish type of lyrics. I mean, it's just this is a thing. And then like, especially like all the classic R&B, like they didn't have the most like
complex lyrics.
Yeah. Okay, but I love R&B too. So I mean, to say that I only like lyrics is it's a jam.
Yeah, I don't
That's how you
I think there's a lot of songs that are just like, oh, I love you, girl, and the melody and stuff is good, and you're good with it. And it's a good feeling.
Okay, so energy number 2 or personality number 2. What do you guys think is the number 3 most important thing for you?
Energy, that's not important as far as because the album should be conveying not one energy the whole time, but the beat should match the energy. And if it doesn't, then that's just not a good song.
Well, that's why I said personality. I said personality.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
I was saying the vibe, the energy, you know, whatever. So yeah, personality is fine because you can have a if I don't like your personality, I don't. Right. But I don't know that until I listen to a few songs.
Exactly.
So if it's an album, I don't know who you are. Then I don't know that yet. I have to listen to a bunch of songs before I figure that out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what would we say is the number 3 most important aspect of music?
Just one song or an album setting? Because
either one, both. I mean,
so one song is going to probably be the lyrics next, or even depending on if it's like supposed to be like a hit song, it's probably going to be the chorus.
Chorus, okay, yeah, chorus. I can see. I listen
to a ton of music without chorus, so
yeah. I was gonna say the message next to me.
Nah, the message is not next for me. Because I listen to music with all kinds of bad messages.
About to say, I don't care about a message at all.
That don't bother me at all. I mean, look,
I knew this was
being authentic to yourself. If you're being authentic to yourself and your message is, I do tons of drugs, let's do drugs, then I'm gonna be like, all right, cool, song could be dope. Like, hey, that don't bother me. It's a drug song. Ooh, maybe I want to do some drugs later. Maybe I'll be down with that. But I mean, that's probably not the case.
I'm likely to enjoy it much less if that is the message. I just speaking for myself. I just know myself. I think message is very important to me. So.
No, I'm past that, dog. Give me whatever hood rat. I don't care, dog.
You love that.
It don't matter to me, man. Because I mean, I listen to DMX. DMX got songs about how he made deals with the devil. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's about how he's fighting the devil, fighting temptation and stuff like that. There's a lot of songs that are.
He gets cool with the devil because he gets cool with the devil, and he kills people for the devil.
Yes, yes, yes. Because him saying you fell to temptation. You know, that's not him saying that like
He's
it's a
not
good
saying
thing
it's good.
to be with.
He's
Yeah,
not. He's
yeah,
not saying
yeah,
that's okay. Get with stuff. He's not saying.
yeah. Yes, that's
But
what I'm
he's not
saying.
saying. I mean, he literally has a song. One of my.
It's
It's
all
not
the
one of my
Damien
favorite DMX
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
No, but he has a song. The first line, I got blood on my, and there's no remorse. I got blood on my, cause I fucked the corpse. Like, yo, what are we talking about, man? And I be sitting up there, I got blood on my car, like, I got blood on my, and there's no remorse. Like, I'll be like, yo, this song is great. Like, it's terrible.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, come on, man. I mean, what are we
Okay,
talking about?
that's
I don't get what
for
you're
me. For me, I like the
You turning that
message.
song off?
That's
My flesh, blood on my blood. You not listen to
no,
that album?
I like that song. Okay, but we just talked about the other things that are great about the song. Though he's got great personality, and
He
he's
is,
got a great
he is
beat.
one of the greatest personalities.
Yes, so that's different. But I probably like DMX less than you do because of maybe the messaging stuff. So that's what I'm saying.
He was a
I
crazy
do
person, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, recipes, of course. DMX is
I
great.
love it.
But like that's why I love like the people who I love. Like we talked about our top five before, but like I love Lupe and Nas and you know Fonte and I love the messages. I love Outkast. You know, not, you know, but I like those type of artists who have.
Yeah, my favorites got messages all over the place. I got all kinds of different messages in my favorites.
I'm gonna say I don't want to hear no
It
positive
don't bother me
messages,
at all.
dog.
I mean, I'm cool with
Me
positive messages,
personally.
but you got to be nice,
Yeah.
and the song got to be fun. You can't be just
Yeah.
like Mr. Positive time. But yo,
I like
turn DMX back on, man. He's getting with corpses, man. Turn that shit back on, man. He got bodies in the trunk. He chainsawing dudes. Like, yo, put that back on.
All right, okay. So we gonna disagree. So you guys, do you guys agree on what the third number one thing is? Then
It's got to be like the lyrics, I guess, at the third point to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know, man. I was out. Yeah, I don't know. It, yeah, I don't know. Feel like we're making this way harder than it has to be. Like, if I like this person, if they make music that I like and it's good because it's what I expect from them, I like this artist for a
Yeah,
reason.
but you don't know them.
You don't know, like we
You
talking
don't
about
know them
the
at
first
all.
year.
And you
Oh,
turn it
first
on.
time hearing them?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, like what makes you okay? So we
I'm
listen
out.
to this.
I'm out. What you mean? I told
See?
y'all I don't listen to new people. I gotta get it recommended.
You silly,
something.
man.
They
You
got-
silly. Well, somebody recommend something to you, okay? We just recommend. So like
They
we,
already
like,
set the guidelines. What to expect?
You're not
This
as
guy does this. He's good at this. I'm
No,
like,
okay, wait,
that's
hold
what
on,
I
man.
expect.
Hold on now. Hold on. You don't never talk to somebody and they be like, yo, this guy's the greatest, man. You gotta check it. And then you put it in your car and you be like, this ain't it. What he said was not true. My friend is tripping.
Yeah.
Like, that never happened to you?
When we talked about, what was that album we talked about? Something.
When you talk about Run-DMC album,
No. Last week, the one you said just came out. Oh man.
Oh, you talking about the Odyssey album?
Oh, the Odyssey.
Yeah. Not there for me, so I'm good. You told me it was great. It was cool, but it's not for me.
Okay.
I said, I thought you would like it. I didn't think that you would like it. But we talked about the songs that we liked and stuff like that. We talked about the parts we liked about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting. Okay, so I guess.
I don't know. For me, music is so. Like I said, I put it on when I'm in certain moods. I don't ever have to hear another new artist personally. I have all the artists that I love for whatever reason I need them for. Freddie's gonna drop some music. Him and like Benny. I don't really listen to Benny like that no more.
But you say that. Okay, hold on. You say this, but you name a bunch of new artists. ESTG. You know,
you haven't been around your whole life.
I just added trap music into my Serato. That's
okay. So,
but there's more trap artists you probably don't know.
And in 5 years, there'll be another genre or some other type of music that you may not know that you might like.
Yeah, you might add drill. You might add drill.
you say drill and trap is the same thing to me. Like my drill.
They're not the same. They're not the same sound at all. They're not the same sound.
They both make me get in an ignorant mindset, like I might have to kill somebody.
So the energy, exactly. So you like that energy. Okay,
Yeah.
you like the personality, the energy. That's what we're talking about. So
I got my sad music. I got my hype music. I got my I'm thugging music. Like that's it.
but
I'm good.
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
There's
What
only
is
so
it that
many
draws you
songs
to
I listen
a
to
song?
though.
What is it that draws you to a song? So we talked about the energy. We talked about the production. You know, does lyrics matter to you at all? Do you don't care about that at all? You don't care about
The
message
type
at
of
all?
music, the mood I'm in. Yeah,
All right.
probably not. That's why I listen to old music all the time. Like I'm never the person who's gonna
So
be
then, does
up on
nostalgia
new
is
stuff.
nostalgia one of the things that make you like music the most? Is that it? Like, do you just listen to music for nostalgia, or is it just? I mean, yeah.
Nostalgia
Not
impacts
nostalgia.
everybody's enjoyment of
As
music.
far as what I like, how much I like it, yes. But how often I go back to it, no. But if I
Okay.
want to be in a happy mood and be like, oh, I'm just feeling like chilling, listen to music, and be happy, I'll put on Kanye Graduation because it gives me a nostalgic feeling about a good time in life. But otherwise, like I listen to road trips. I listen to the same albums on road trips that I listened to for the last 5 years on road trips. Exact same ones.
You silly
I got
man.
my
You
Kanye
silly,
Especially
man.
on road trips. Road trips is time for new music. I got to throw in at least one or two.
Oh no, it's definitely
Or
not
it's
time.
all stuff that I know. It's all stuff
Road-
that I know. So I switch between it. But
Yes.
I try to put on something new, like a lot of times on road trips too.
I'm falling asleep if I put on something new. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
true. That's true.
I can't do that.
It's sing along music. Yeah, you want to sing along.
Sing along.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta rap along. So yeah, all right.
So
Well,
I
I
listen
think
to the same thing, so I can sing along. I know all the words. I know what's coming next. I'm
Yeah.
getting hyped. Yeah,
That's what-
let's
But
go.
I already know half the words to this Sky Zoo album, so that's already in my. Now that's gonna be on my next road trip. Like it don't matter. I throw new stuff on all the time.
So okay, so I think it's just for me. It just was a realization for me. I think lyrics is probably the fourth or fifth most important to me, and I thought that was just interesting for me because I love lyrics so much. I talk about them all the time, but I realized that the artists that I love, they have all these other things too, and the lyrics is this bonus that I
you have to
enjoy. Yeah. So
you can't even get into the deeper words and meanings and double entendres unless you enjoy everything to get you to that point.
Right.
Like the message, you don't even hit a message if you're not feeling the beat.
Yeah,
that's true. Actually, about my music take, their singles get me now. If I hear your single and it's fire, like this Harry Styles, As It Was, that song, it put me in a mood for some reason.
I don't know what that is.
Got a good little beat to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
what that is.
We do the new one around the house.
He was just talking. They were talking all about him on the Grammys, man.
I saw it, but did he
best
perform it? Did he
record
perform
of the
this
year.
song? Because I
Yep.
muted it.
Yes, that's the song he performed.
Yes.
I muted it when he was on there. Man, I didn't even.
He was
like,
in
who is this
this summery outfit or whatever.
Yeah, I muted it. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, this dude dancing in a woman's clothes." Mute.
Yeah.
I was good on that.
Stage was spinning. I was like, oh, I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
We
it
do
was.
it on stage. Dog.
I recorded it. I saved it on my YouTube TV. I can watch it later.
Yeah,
Like-
dog, that's my song right there.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. A song gotta grab me. I'm not gonna go look for it. If it grab me,
But
I'll
that's the
find
best
it.
song. The best songs grab you. It's like you get slapped in the
Yeah.
face. You be like,
I-
Exactly.
I'm obviously I don't listen to no singles now. I just listen to your album. Like that's it. I'll give your album a spin. But I won't. I try not to listen to singles so that I don't get. It doesn't ruin the album experience to me. So
That's how I am with artists that I already love.
No, if I see an artist coming out with if I see a song, it's like Jada Kiss and the Alchemist drop a song, I'm running to that song. I'm running to the song. Oh, come on.
I'm running away from it.
What?
Like, no,
No,
yeah,
me
like
too.
I'm like, no. Is the album coming?
Did he give songs?
Yeah.
Like, Gibbs dropped the freestyle? Turn that on.
Nah. A freestyle different. I'll listen to that, but
Well,
if I know you got an album coming,
like it might be Mark freestyle, but it ain't really a freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm listening to
I'ma
the joke right away.
I'm
Turn
gonna
it
try
on
my hardest
down.
to wait. Nah. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. I wait
I'd
for
rather
the
listen to it
album.
all on the album.
Yeah, I like the album experience, man. The album experience is
Me too.
OP. All right. So I think that was awesome. We talked about a lot about hip hop, about music today. Like and subscribe if you if you enjoy us talking about hip hop. But we want to get into some sports takes real quick. You guys want to talk about this Kyrie and Luka?
Hey, all right, yeah. Luka, my favorite player in the NBA, got Kyrie on his team now. I think it was a trade Dallas had to make it because they have to look like they're making moves to keep Luca happy. Only I don't think this is a good move for Luca. Like Luca needs a wing. He needs 3 and D guys. He needs a good backup point guard. Like Jalen was good. He was a little bit too good because he left. They were. I would never pay him a max contract either. Um.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
you
need to do
kind
it
of,
wrong.
yeah, they
Yeah,
kind of needed like a little bit lower for that.
yeah. I didn't understand getting the ball dominant. Again, this is weird to
That's
get
not
the.
true. Y'all hating on Kyrie.
I'm not hating on Kyrie. I ain't on Kyrie. Okay, I don't understand how they work together. And but what I am hating on Kyrie, this is the part I am hating on Kyrie. There's gonna be more drama. He's gonna win in the locker room. I bet for sure. They might win the chip this year, but it won't last long. I
No,
think
that's all that matters. Who cares?
They're
Kyrie
not
gonna win
winning
another
the
ring.
chip. Yeah,
He don't care.
nobody cares. If they win a chip, then it don't matter what Kyrie do
right,
after
of
that.
course.
But I don't think they're gonna win a chip. Their team isn't good enough for that. And Luca needs 3 and D guys around them, and they needed a primary ball handler to come off the bench and be able to give them points while Luca's resting. They don't have that.
Okay, but
Kyrie's
can
gonna
they
be
just stagger
there.
their minutes?
Yeah, of course, and they will. That's what they're saying. Like Luca can kind of be like LeBron when LeBron and Kyrie were playing, as far as passing to Kyrie when he needs the breathers and stuff like
Kyrie will
that.
hit the shot if you pass it to him.
Yeah, for sure, and that's cool. But also, I think I do think Kyrie makes it toxic. So when they don't win this year, and they sign Kyrie to a max deal, then he starts going crazy, and then Luca's like, "No, I'm out of here." Hopefully, because I hate
What?
the Mavericks
Come on, man.
organization.
Why? What did the Mavericks do to you, man?
They suck. They never get players. All that time they had Dirk, they were like the worst team at getting players. They could never bring players to Dallas or keep them there. They're just
They
terrible.
won a chip though.
They had good teams.
One chip. Dirk
Is
been in
one
the league for
one
20
chip
years.
is trash now? Is one chip like low?
If you're a top 5 power forward of all time, you should win more than one chip. But
Yeah, but he played in
top
there's
3 all time.
You play in the hard
lot of yeah, exactly. A lot of great players played in that same time period. But it's a lot of
It's
great
not like
teams.
LeBron who let everybody eat. Other players wasn't letting nobody eat during their time in the West.
I
Definitely
guess,
wasn't
bro.
trying to. The Spurs and the Lakers was not trying to let you get past either between the both of them. You wasn't getting to the Western Conference Final between trying to beat the Spurs and the Lakers.
You know, I'm just saying, Dallas has a bad history of trying to build around their stars. So I don't think it works out, but hey, we'll see. With that being said, there was some more trades released. I don't. Chris Hayes reported this. I don't believe it for a second, but it said that the Phoenix Suns are willing to give up Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, and a second round pick or something for him. Which, if that's the case, I don't see how the Nets don't take that deal
Who?
over for Kyrie.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't see
The
that.
Kyrie deal was done. I thought it was
Yeah, I
done.
thought it was.
No, they were saying these were the offers that they were made to him
Oh,
during this time. The Lakers offered 2 first round picks and one other player.
wait, what picks do the Lakers have?
2027
They have 2027 and 2029, dog. And that's guaranteed top 5 pick. That's a guaranteed top 5 pick. I'm taking that.
Lakers do not care about ever having to pick again. They don't want to draft ever again.
I'm taking that 27 and 29. That's top 5 picks guaranteed.
No,
Because AD ain't gonna be there in 5 years, and they're just gonna suck. Like, who's gonna be there? So I would have took those picks. I think they took the worst trade offer out of all of them available.
But no, they obviously don't like Kyrie, so why would they want to send him somewhere that's going to make him happy?
I guess I see.
You think they did out of spite?
You do what's best for your organization.
No, first of all, what I'm saying is, why would they go and be like, "Oh, we're going to take these picks from 10 years from now," and like, so it's not like they're getting some great stuff back that they're offering. You get Westbrook and like 2 firsts when you're going to be fired.
To see what it exactly was.
And to get Kyrie to the place where he wants to go, no, I'm not doing that. I'm good. Send me Dinwiddie and this other dude, and I'll let that rock.
But what about Chris Paul? I would have definitely taken Chris Paul over that any day.
Chris Paul,
They may not
Chris
believe
Paul
in
and Jay
Chris
Crowder,
Paul.
a dude they can't convince to come play.
Yeah.
How many
But
picks?
Jay said he didn't want to play for them. It wasn't.
No, what I'm saying is, are you hyped to get Chris Paul for with KD? I mean, maybe for this year only,
For a
but
year.
not after that.
Next year, I'm happy with it too. 2 years, I'll take 2 good years.
You think I
They
get
may
2
not
good years?
believe
I
it.
don't know. I don't. Yeah, I mean, maybe like these pieces around KD. I don't know, man. I was surprised they traded him to the Mavs. Also, I was surprised that the Mavs won with that. I thought they had Kyrie in the 5 and below bin. You know what I mean? Like I was just like one of the random grab bag bins at 5 and below. Just like, yo, you want Kyrie?
It seems like you try to get away. Yeah, get rid of him. Yeah.
It's not like they got a lot of fun. They got 1 first, some seconds, and a couple players that could do something for your team right now. But I feel like they got a bunch of them.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I agree. Even the Clippers put together a better package, though. They said Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, 1 future first, 2 first-round pick swaps, and a salary filler.
I thought the Clippers one. I saw the Clippers one too. I thought that was better as well. Maybe Kyrie said he wanted to go to either team, and they said, "Nah, we'll take a different deal, bro." Thanks for blowing our squad up.
Hey, he did it very good though. Like everybody thought he was on board. They started winning, and a week before, dude was like, "Nah, I'm good now." Let's go.
Look, man, props to him, man. If he won't be there, he played it right. He played it right. And people like to hate, and they gonna say he's stupid and a team obliterator or whatever.
Yeah. He always gets what he wants, man. He always gets what he wants.
He played it right. Show people he can still play. Got his minutes in, got his points in, looks great.
He did. I don't know.
And did he step down? He went from playing with KD to playing with Luka. I mean, it's like right there. Like,
come on, man. Exactly.
What's the problem?
Hey, you're right. Good for him.
Yeah, he constantly failing up.
Yeah.
Nah, he played that perfect, man.
Yeah, he definitely did. I got an update on our Australian lost miniature thing. They found it.
Yeah.
They found it. I was reading the article. The mayor or whoever, I don't know how the Australian gun permit works down there, but whatever, dude's like, I'm gonna prosecute him to the extent of the law. And then he looked at the thing, he's like, wait, the most I can prosecute is $1,500. He's like, no, we gotta get these rules changed, but it's gonna be too late by that time. You'd have to that's insane, dog. $1,000 for losing a super dangerous material like that is insane to me.
Throwing TCM everywhere, huh?
That's
funny though. I think that's all we got.
No. Y'all want to talk about did y'all want to talk about the Pels?
2-game win streak, bro.
Yeah,
they
finally winning.
Yeah, we back. 2 games out of 3rd place.
B.I. carried them to that victory over the Lakers.
No, Trey Murphy, man. Trey Murphy carried. Trey.
B.I. was crazy.
B.I.
35
dropped 35 and carried them boys.
And
when they needed the buckets and they weren't winning, B.I. was like, "Gotcha."
Yeah,
you can tell that they got that's what they needed because not like they played great today against the Kings. They blew the Kings out. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, so Kings didn't have De'Aaron Fox, but we didn't have B.I. either or Zion. So, but yeah, I think they made that spot.
Trey Murphy stepped up. I think both
Trey Murphy balled against the Kings.
He balled against the Kings and he balled against the Lakers. What did Trey have against the Lakers?
Since we're on Pelicans talk, y'all think we do anything at the
trade? He had 21 points against the Lakers.
I honestly hope they don't, man.
What'd you say?
Do we do anything at the trade?
I hope they don't make a trade.
Yeah, I hope that.
I would like to see them just try to run it and see what they do in the playoffs with the squad. And then you got to make trades off season. You can do that because they got plenty of stuff they can trade.
I don't know, man.
We do.
I have so much bias. I love all the players so much, so I really don't know what's best for the team.
I move Jackson and
but then Jackson started playing well. Every year he does this. You'd be like, he's useless, and then he'll start balling, and then you'll be like, oh, okay.
But if you can move those two for one that you can use more, then I think that's fair because Kyra's back, and they want to integrate Kyra. I feel like he can get those Devontae Graham minutes.
Yeah, no, I
So
agree.
you're really looking for somebody to that kind of does and you could eliminate that salary aspect. But is that going to kill the team if they keep him? No. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's some huge deal that they have to do right now, unless something just falls out of the sky. People keep saying they want OG.
Yeah,
You don't want
that's
to
what they
give up
said.
to me a bunch of stuff or commit to a bunch of stuff to me until after you let the squad get healthy, run one playoff run as it is constructed.
So you say wait till the summer.
I say wait till the summer before you change anything about the team.
I mean, I don't
No,
know.
dog. I don't want to miss out on a player because we're in love with our young stars.
But what's the
Right.
Like,
what's the weakness on the team that you need to close? But is it?
It would be a wing or a center
if they play better.
Well, this is my thing. This is my thing. I feel like we don't use Trey enough. Like Trey not shooting enough shots. Like in a lot of the games that we're losing, that's how I feel. But
look what happened, man.
When
Same thing happened with Jose. He hit a three, and then it seemed like his shot came back. It's like almost a whole squad. BI was there for so all the dudes that was playing well early in the year, they started breaking a lot of shots in these last losing streak.
Yeah, I mean, some of that it can be spacing and stuff like that. But like I said, I mean, we talked about this before, but there were plenty of times where I felt like Trey Murphy, one, either would be open and not pass the ball, or two, get the ball but not take the open shot because they're looking for a better shot, or do something else. I just think, like I said, that he should just be when he's shooting more. I feel like we do better. I mean, even in the games that we won, our 3-point percentage is still low. I mean, it's still like not high. Like we're not.
I think in a real game, you can do all right, and maybe you draft a shooter without. I mean, you want to get rid of probably Devontae, but Devontae had times where he come out and start hitting threes like crazy. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you can get rid of Devontae and Jackson for something, for one person that could shoot, you don't really need. I don't think you need Jackson for big minutes with Nance playing so well, and you still got Hernan Gomez coming off the bench who can do stuff for you as a bench player. I mean, he's a bench player.
For sure. I mean, we shot well today.
Zion is your main big, basically.
Right, and I feel like when Zion's playing, will look much better. But I feel like, but today we shot 53% from the three, and that's why we blew them out. I mean, again, if we for sure from three, then
we either need a great point guard, not great as far as facilitator. He doesn't have to score anything. I don't even agree with Trey shooting more because once Zion, BI, and CJ are there, there's not going to be that many more shots coming around. Like, I mean,
Zion gonna attract so much attention that Trey gonna get
open shots. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I think he's gonna knock open looks down. That's what I'm saying. I think you got to give these players. You don't even know these players what they're gonna be.
Yeah, they still only played like 8 games together, right?
The main two stars, but yes, I mean, I want to see what is Trey gonna do in the playoffs in the series when Zion and BI are there. Is he gonna hit his shot or not? Because if he's not gonna hit his shot, you're right. The next year he might do something different. And you can trade players, and maybe you ain't give enough time. But if you think that this is the time to get the chip down, then yes, you make those deals. But you don't know, so I don't want to say like you make a trade where. I mean, who would you be down to give up, Najee?
We got to give up some wings. That's the thing. We're so deep at the wing positions. The 2 and the 3, 3 and a 4, depending on how you want to use them, is so deep for us. We got Herb, Dyson plays the 3 sometimes, Najee, Trey. Like, we can't have all of these different wings. Somebody's gonna have to go. And our draft picks, once you get to the point where you have to use them, they become less valuable. Because of course we're gonna pick a prospect or whatever that we probably won't even play. That's the thing. If we get the top 7 pick, whoever they are, they're probably not cracking the lineup.
So what you think the move is?
We gotta package a wing, maybe 2 of our wings in the first round pick and get somebody big.
Najee and who else?
I'm trying to remember who they said is coming
Put
out in the
names on
summer.
So
I mean, OG. If the team feels strongly about OG, they think he will be that missing piece, then go ahead and do it right now.
So what is going ahead and doing it? So what are you trading to get OG?
They'll probably either Dyson Daniels and Trey or Herb. They'll probably ask for Herb, honestly. So they're gonna ask for Herb in any deal that we do. Probably.
No, don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I don't like it
you
either.
don't like giving up Herb?
No, why?
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
We're fanboys.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, listen, Herb was out for a while and we played well. Because I think Dyson plays great defense too. So I wouldn't.
That's why in the playoffs it's gonna be great to have them both on the court. I don't see a reason to get rid of her.
But when they're both on the court, the spacing is suffering.
Why would that suffer if Zion and Bi is there?
Because
They
Herb
gonna be all
can't
on
shoot.
Zion.
Yes,
They gonna be all on Zion. Maybe
Herb
Zion for a
can't
second
shoot.
he's stupid.
And I haven't seen Dyson shoot either. So I mean, that's fine. But if they can't hit open shots, then the
Zion and Bi, CJ is gonna be wide open from shots from him. He's
and
gonna be hitting the shots.
Yes, okay. Well,
He's
CJ
gonna hit
hits
shots. He's
cool.
gonna hit shots. And and the other dude's gonna play defense.
That's not the lineup though. It's not Zion, Herb, Tyson, CJ, and Bi. That's not the lineup. That's not the lineup.
Yeah.
That's never
Exactly.
the lineup. You
What's the lineup,
I messed up like one person, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have the center. Somebody
Yeah,
has to be the center. I'm just saying.
I like Valanciunas though.
Yeah,
He get a lot of rebounds.
Valanciunas could go. He needed to be traded. I wouldn't mind losing him.
See, that's the thing, man. I don't understand, man. Run it in the playoffs one time.
Yeah,
One time.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't want to lose any of my players. I love them all.
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to see him fail. If you're gonna say if you gonna give up on somebody like if you're gonna trade Dyson Daniels, who is like, is he even 20 years old?
No, he's 19.
So why would you trade him if you don't even see him that one time? Like you don't even give him one off season to get better.
We're not building towards potential. We got Zion. We got Bi. We have to.
We got CJ.
Make moves
We
now.
gotta win now.
Why do you
win
make
now?
moves right now?
Because it's win now.
Because the West is wide open.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No
Which means that
this is the time.
young players ball. Like why?
We gotta
who am I
grab
getting?
what we can.
I don't think that you're Grammy. I just don't see it as a Grammy. OG don't make me feel like, oh, now is a chip time. Like I just
don't think so either. But he
So who
obviously
else?
is better.
Better than who though? He's better than
all of
Najee
our
Marshall. Sure.
He's better than Herb too.
Okay.
He's older. Herb might be better than him, but right now he's older. He has more experience. He already plays defense. He's already the guy that we expect Herb to be.
Is that true?
Or you keep
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, we have 4 wings, dog. That's all I got. We got 4 wings. What we gonna do? We can't keep them all. Somebody gotta go. And we got 9 draft picks. We're not gonna use them all. Like we got too much.
No, I do agree. They need to. Like I said, I think you need to trade 2 players and some picks to get 1 player.
Jackson Hayes and Devontae Graham are not getting us the star player.
That's why you give up. That's why you give up 4 firsts. Yo, they got too many firsts. They can give rid of all those firsts. They can give somebody like 4 firsts and still have 5 firsts. Like they don't need the
I
first.
get you, but now we gonna have 5.
Just keep the team. Keep hoping that the Lakers suck, and we get the first round, the first pick. That's all we got. We just gotta just wait.
I just
don't
want us to miss out on the opportunity. I don't want to look back in 2 years and be like, yeah, we should have traded.
Oh yeah, we should have. Yeah.
I'm gonna be so sad.
But to me, I don't know why if the West is wide open and I'm not fearing teams, I don't understand why I feel that now. I just from this angle, I don't see it right now. After if they go in the playoffs and these players that are these young players, they fail, then it's like, cool, I can get rid of you. I don't feel bad. I gave you a shot. I saw what you had to offer me for a full season with my star players. When it was crunch time in the playoffs, you had wide open shots. You didn't make none of your shots, or you let the team down. We don't need you. Cool, Pete. But
I agree with you. I just think I wouldn't want to trade for OG. I would only trade for a rim protector, really, if anything.
Let's say, I mean, everybody has like, oh, we need this. But when I see the players that they're saying, none of them is making me feel like we gotta drastically change the team up for them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Honestly, I would. I hope we do target like a Mike Connolly, somebody, a little point guard. We don't have to give up nothing crazy for him. We can throw in one of the first we don't care about if it makes it easier. We got 9 of them. Like, but just a point guard who has experience, plays defense, and can just distribute.
I'd be cool with that. So you're getting rid of Devontae and Jackson in the first for him?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'll take that all day.
That don't bother me. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. But, I mean, like, am I jumping out the window? Am I super hyped about that? No. You know, it was also saying that they might want to try to get Bogdanovich or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
or even Alex.
Is that a guaranteed shit? No, see,
I just want a good point guard. I think we need a good point guard. Our point guard position needs to be upgraded.
Caruso out of here, man. I don't care about. I don't want no Caruso, man. For what?
Oh yeah, no. I'm cool. I think we're gonna be better.
Caruso is not something that's like. Ooh,
I don't want Caruso. I don't want Caruso.
Caruso is the win.
No, I just want us to make a small upgrade for the playoffs. That's it. Point guard needs to be upgraded before the playoffs. That's what I think.
I don't know.
Or just give Kyra a bunch
of minutes. Jose. Yeah, give Kyra minutes. I think that's fine.
You got a bunch of games to get the squad right with the players they already got. Put Kyra in the role, see what he about.
Yeah,
I guess we're gonna see what happens. We got until Thursday, so we'll see.
All right, guys.
Kyrie. You should have got Kyrie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the point. Why did you put the package together?
They should have gave him 5 picks. Be like, yo, hit go 5 picks. You could have Devontae.
We need a 3-and-D point guard. That's it. A 3-and-D point guard.
Kyrie hit 3.
Can distribute.
Yeah, I don't care about threes.
No.
You know how many points they'd score if Kyrie was on that team, but defense. They'd be scoring 150 a night.
That's the strategy that the Kings are running. Number 1 scoring offense in the league. They don't play no defense. They just be balling 150 points a night.
Hey, it's the NBA, man. You don't get foul calls too. Like anybody playing no hard defense like
this season is crazy. Yeah, this season is ugly. The scores are ugly. I don't know. The high score and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
But take a Seth Curry.
Next week we'll hate on
Curry
LeBron.
Would be nice.
We hate on LeBron next week.
I mean, I could always say on LeBron, but
he gonna cross the record probably Tuesday night, right? Or Thursday.
Thursday night. Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about that record.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. We hate on the next week.
All right. Okay.
Hey, one last question. Bones Highland from Denver. They look like they about to trade him. How do you feel about him?
I was hyped about that. I mean, look, man. I do think that would make I think the team go with the chip right now. But I think that's an upgrade, man. I mean, like, so you give like Najee. See, my thing is like, who am I going to get rid of and not have my feelings hurt? So
I have my feelings hurt.
My feelings gonna be hurt regardless, man.
What?
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a sad time.
I'll still be sad when I see Josh Hart highlights. I'll be like,
Josh Hart, man. That was my favorite. Only people you can get rid of Devontae and Jackson. And
you gotta get rid of a wing or two.
We gotta get rid of some wings.
I like them now. No, yeah.
Well, my thing is they're all so young, man. Like,
they're super young. Our whole team is young.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, it's hard for me to be like, oh, let's get rid of her. He can't shoot. Well, maybe he'll shoot if he with the. Nobody knows that the best shot.
Yeah, we got the shot down.
Yeah. You can't get that man. Give him another all season. I mean, damn, he went in his second year.
That's true.
I mean, dang. Like,
Dyson, I love her.
Dyson in his first season. We getting rid of him already. We getting rid of the Trigger Trade. Oh, come on.
Yeah, Trade is about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I get rid of somebody? I don't know nothing about them yet.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they know more than me, but I find that hard to be like, oh, well, you will never be as good as this guy we got right here. But So it's time for a trade. How do I know that? And B.I. and Zion not old. We this ain't
No.
like a clutch situation. Like, if we don't get it now, it's over with.
No.
Exactly. We're not old, but the longer we wait, the less our picks and stuff go down in value. It's just
Man, the cap jumping. Trade
Yeah,
them picks
I
and stuff.
feel
You can get another player. You can fit them under the cap at the end of the season.
Najee seems like the guy that would go because he's the oldest.
Najee is the guy that would go, but Najee be balling.
Yeah, Najee be balling.
He got that dog in him, and you're gonna get rid of players like that.
He plays good defense.
Somebody who I don't know if they got offense. That dog in him.
Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta go to bed. We gotta get out of here.
We need people to like and sub, man. Yo,
like
some of y'all out there be watching, but you don't be liking and subbing, man. Put this in the front of the video. Yo, if you watching, you better sub, dog. I'm gonna find out where you live at. Sub.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. That's gonna be our outro for every one of our videos right there. Just give
we need the subbing thing in the beginning. See, I watch some people and they first thing. They don't even get into the things. We're gonna talk about this, but first, you guys gotta like and sub. Yeah. Before they even get into what they want to talk about. I'd be annoyed too. I always fast forward the first 45 seconds of their videos. Be like, all right, this is the like and sub part. Now let's get to the real talking. So
yeah. All right. Catch y'all later. Peace.